Good evening and welcome inside beautiful Remax Field down in the Edmonton River Valley, where the Edmonton Prospects are set to host the Fort McMurray Giants. And for the Prospects, it must feel good to be back home. Their recent road trip to Regina was far from successful as they were swept in 3 games by the Red Sox. And tonight, as they head back to Remax Field, they begin a rather important series against a division rival in Fort McMurray. It's a 4-game set. The first 2 games will be played here in Edmonton. Then these 2 teams will head up north to Fort Mac. And it is early in the year. We're not even quite at the quarter-way mark, but this game has some implications in the standings as well. The Giants sit just 2 games back of the Prospects for second in the Western Division. To kick off our ICU video procast, we send it up to our broadcast duo of Al Coates and John Belmont.
All right, thank you very kindly, Tyler. Good evening, everybody. It's going to be a comfortable night for baseball. Temperature, I would think, in the mid-60s, low 70s. It's a shirt sleeve night. There's some scattered cloud overhead, not threatening skies. A little bit of wind tonight. It's blowing from the outfield fence towards home plate. Now, as you just heard, the Prospects were down in the Queen City, and the Regina Red Sox ran the table on the Prospects. 7-2 in the opening game, 3-2 on Wednesday night, 8-6 on Thursday, so they certainly didn't get clobbered in that series. But what little knowledge I do have of baseball, John, I know this: when you score 10 runs and you let 18 in, chances are you aren't going to win.
You're not going to win anything doing that.
Now, last Sunday, our last ICU telecast was a 4-2 victory over the Okotoks Dogs, and Hunter Boyd really was the architect of that win. 8 2/3 innings into the ball game, he had a 4-hit gem before he coughed up 1 run on a pair of hits before getting the last out. I like this young guy. He works fast and he throws strikes.
He does, and it's interesting about him because before the game today, he's hitting fungos to the infield. He works all the time.
All right, it was a 4-2 victory for the Prospects, and we have the highlights from last Sunday's game. The stretch by Erickson. Here comes the pitch, and a ball softly hit on the ground to the left side of the diamond. Ramirez gives chase. That ball gets by him, and an unearned run crosses the plate. Wednesday night, Thursday night in Regina. High hopper up the middle, might be 2. This is Maskill touching the bag, relays to first, a run in to score. And a 4-3 ground ball double play. Here it comes again. Has a fair ball at third base. Esau can't get to it with a backhanded attempt. And the Prospects tie the ball game up, and that is one outstanding at bat for Tanner Roundy. He wore that pitcher out. 1-4 is the seasonal record. There's a base hit, belted back up the middle. 1 run comes in to score, and the Prospects take a lead of 3-2. Lined a single back up the middle. There's a ball belted back into deep left field. He really turned that around. Drifting back is Tristan Peters. That ball gave him all kinds of fits. He turned left, he turns right, he made a circle, and he caught the ball with both feet on the warning track. There you have it, a 4-2 Prospect victory last Sunday afternoon. Hunter Boyd, the winning pitcher. Hunter Boyd goes on the bump tonight, John, so maybe he's the stopper. He can stop this 3-game skid.
They certainly hope so. He has a very good 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball. Breaks the curve off 12-6 like you like to see it, and he does have a fair slider.
Back down to the field of play, and Tyler Yaremchuk with our pre-game interviews.
Jordan, after a tough road trip, just how nice is it to be back home?
It's great to be back at Remax Field. It was a tough trip. We weren't able to capitalize a couple times when we had chances, and it is good to be home. It's good to sleep in our own beds, and we're excited to play here in front of our fans.
When you're going through a bit of a tough stretch like this, what is the message to the team?
Well, for us, it's to stick to the plan. We're not even a quarter of the way through the season, so we've had a couple ups and downs, a couple of streaks here, and it's exciting for us to try and start a new streak and get back going on the right track. So for us, it's really just sticking to the process.
It has been a bit of an up and down season at times so far, but like you said, it's early. Is it good to, I don't know if you want to call it adversity, but is it good to go through these stretches earlier in the year and kind of learn some important lessons?
Yeah, for sure. Anytime we can learn lessons, which is every game, it's important. It's important for us to make our adjustments when we have the next opportunity. That's what this game's all about, is making adjustments. We're not going to be perfect. We're not going to win every game. And what are we able to do the next time we get the opportunity is really how this game's won.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks, Alan.
Ray, it's early in the year, but playing a division opponent, a team you're close in the standings with, does this weekend maybe already have a little bit of extra emphasis on it?
Oh, sure does. We're about, I think, 2 games behind them in losses. Yeah, it'd be good. We play them 4 in a row. It'd be good to win all 4, but it's going to be hard. They're a pretty good team.
Tristan Hess is having a great start to the year. He's batting a hair over .420. What makes him so special?
Well, he's got a short swing to the ball. He swings the good pitches. He hits things on the barrel. He's a pretty good player. I think he makes himself pretty special.
You spent 5 years managing here in Edmonton. Being back in the ballpark, does it evoke some good memories?
Oh, for sure. We did a lot of good things here. Myself, Pat Cassidy, and Jordan, we did some good things here. We bought a couple of close ones for the championship a couple times, and it was good. It was fun being here.
Ike Buxton on the bump for you guys tonight. What can we expect from him? What can fans expect to see?
Well, he's a fastball guy. He's probably a high 80s, low 90s guy. If he's on, he's going to be very hard to hit. If he's not, he's going to be very easy to hit because he'll be up in the strike zone, has a decent breaking ball. He'll be going to Boise State next year, which is pretty good.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you.
There you see the umpire and crew tonight. Calling the balls and strikes, it'll be Tyler Bourne. John Oku at first base. Matt Beaudry is the umpire at third. And here's the starting lineup for the visiting Fort McMurray Giants. The lineup penciled in by the manager that you see there on your immediate right, Ray Brown. Leading things off and playing at second base, it'll be Brady McGrath. Hitting second in the order, the first baseman, number 19, Tanner Hess. Batting third and playing at third base, Eric Meyer. And the 4-hole batter tonight, the DH, he's swinging a red-hot pole, Richard Ortiz. Batting fifth and playing in center field, it's number 6, B.J. Benarson. Hitting sixth and playing in left field, Gunnar Rainey. Batting seventh in right field, Brady Wood. Joseph Matsu does the catching tonight. He'll bat eighth. Cam Sanderson is the shortstop. He is the 9 batter tonight, and pitching tonight for the Fort McMurray Giants, it'll be Ike Buxton. So the prospects line up. The leadoff batter, the left fielder, Pierce Blahoyek. Hitting second and playing in center field, Tanner Roundy. Travis Hunt tonight will bat third, play in right field. And the cleanup batter at first base is Nolan Walker. Bo Gilbo will do the catching tonight. He'll bat fifth. Jake Geary draws into the 6th spot of the order. He's the designated hitter. Davis Pratt plays at third base and bats 7th. Hitting 8th at second base, it's Tyler Maskill. And batting 9th, playing at shortstop, it's Javier Ramirez. Prospects for 2 games here at Remax Field tonight. The matinee contest tomorrow. Monday's an off day, and back up on the burner, Highway 63 into Fort McMurray for a pair of games, Tuesday and Wednesday. Then back to the southern part of the province. There'll be an Okotoks on Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday against the Medicine Hat Ball Club at the ballpark on the banks of the South Saskatchewan River in Medicine Hat. And we'll return to the Diamond on the 16th of June, and make note of the special start time. That's going to be a 2:05 matinee contest. That is actually the 24th of June, and that'll be the Lethbridge Bulls in town for a 2 o'clock midweek start. And, of course, that game you'll catch right here on ICU video. Here's the scores from last night's play in the Western Canada Baseball League. The Okotoks Dogs laid a whipping on the Brooks Ball Club, 18-1. Weyburn 8, Medicine Hat 6. Swift Current 57's a 7-3 victory over the Fort McMurray Ball Club. Lethbridge at Yorkton was suspended due to rain. The Dogs at 10-3, a 3-game lead in the Alberta Division. They're playing .769 baseball. 7-3 in their last 10. They've won their last 2 ball games. Prospects are 8-7 on a 3-game skid, playing .533 baseball. 4-6 in their last 10 ball games. Lethbridge Bulls at 6-7 are 4 games back. The Medicine Hat Mavericks, 6 wins, 8 losses, .429 clip, 4.5 games off the pace. They've lost 3 straight. Fort McMurray Giants 5-8, 5 games back. And the Brooks Bombers at 3-11, 7.5 games off the pace. The best ball club, the best record in the league, is owned by the Weyburn Beavers. 12 victories and 2 losses, and a 1-game lead over the Regina Red Sox. The Sox are 10-2. Swift Current 57s have picked it up a little bit after a cool start. They're 7-3 in their last 10 ball games. They are 3 games back with a 9-5 record. Moose Jaw Miller Express at 6-7, 5.5 games back, 4-6 in their last 10 ball games. The Melville Millionaires, 5 victories, 9 losses. They won last night. They're 7 games back with a 3-7 clip in their last 10 games. And bringing up the rear of the Yorkton Cardinals, 1-12. And it's going to be a long summer for the Yorkton Cardinals. They're 10.5 games back. 1 victory against 9 losses in their last 10 ball games. In the league tomorrow, Brooks is at Okotoks, Swift Current is at Regina, Lethbridge at Yorkton, Melville at Weyburn, and Moose Jaw will play in Medicine Hat. Beautiful night for a ball game. We'll take this repast for the national anthem. Back here at Remax Field as we get set for tonight's ball game, scheduled for 9 innings. The Fort McMurray Giants, the Edmonton Prospects, the first of 4 consecutive ball clubs. Our ball games, these two teams will hook up tonight, tomorrow afternoon, Monday off, then Tuesday and Wednesday at that beautiful ballpark at Shell Place in Fort McMurray. Hunter Boyd pitching tonight, goes to the College of Idaho out of Moses Lake, Washington, up on that highway that connects Spokane to Seattle. Hunter Boyd will make his 4th start on the year. He's got 1 complete game. That was last Sunday, and it was a jewel. Threw a 4-hit gem with 2 outs into the 9th inning before he coughed up an earned run. 20 innings of pitching, and he leads the staff in innings pitched. 19 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned runs, walked 6 batters, struck out 14. He logs a 1-0 record and a 1.35 earned run average. The Western Canada Baseball League is hitting .250 of Hunter Boyd. He works quick, he throws strikes. From what I've seen, he's aggressive in the strike zone. And he'll look up here with Bo Gilbo tonight to complete the battery. And through 8 2/3 innings last Sunday afternoon, they pretty much had a game of catch.
They sure did, and like we said, Hunter Boyd works fast. He doesn't spend any time on the mound. He gets the call, gets the pitch on the road.
Ball game underway at 7:06 Mountain Time. Shirt sleeve Saturday night here at the ballpark. Very comfortable night. But a few clouds were in the sky are starting to part. Clear blue skies overhead. As Brady McGrath, the second baseman, as you can see, he's a right-handed batter, up on the bat just a tad. He's in the box, and we are underway. The windup by Hunter Boyd from the overhand delivery. Change up, fouled at third base. Strike 1 to the batter, Brady McGrath. So it's Gilbo behind the plate. Pratt at third, Walker at first, Maskill at second base, Ramirez, the shortstop. Pierce Blahoyak in left field, Tanner Roundy in center field, and Travis Hunt is your starting right fielder tonight. Here's the kick in the 0-1. Fastball that misses the outside corner. Here tonight it is Tyler Bourne calling the balls and strikes. John Oko at first base. And Matt Beaudry is the umpire working at third. 1-1 pitch is on the way, and it's popped up on the infield. Now into short right field. On the run in, Travis Hunt calls the second baseman off, makes the running catch, got under the fastball, and there's one away.
Very good pitch, and also Travis Hunt on that made a great call. Get everybody out of the way. He's got the perfect line on it.
Tanner Hess is the batter, smoking the ball at present time. He's hitting .450. First baseman, right-handed batter. And at this juncture of the season, that's a legitimate .450. He's got a lot of at-bats under his belt. And he takes a strike, strike one.
Looks like Hunter's using his fastball quite effectively.
This will be the 41st at-bat of the season for the Fort McMurray first baseman. He pivots a little bit with his front knee, and he takes a strike. That's a breaking ball that's in and over. Strike two to Tanner Hess. Eric Meyer, the third baseman, is due up next. Father's Day at the ballpark tomorrow. What a great way to treat your dad. An afternoon of baseball. Get underway at 2:05. And the pitch. Big overhand curveball. A swing and a miss. Wouldn't hit that one with a base fiddle.
This is the second time that we have seen Hunter Boyd use that curveball very effectively.
And the batter is Eric Meyer, the third baseman, hitting .391. His 24th at bat. He's got 5 runs scored, a collection of 9 hits, 3 doubles, and 2 runs batted in. Checks the swing, and he takes a knee buckling hook for a strike. It's 0-1.
Now Hunter Boyd likes on first strike pitches to throw that curve.
The ball that's lined back up the middle. A 2-out single for Eric Meyer was another breaking ball, and he was looking for it. Here you see it. Waits back on a little bit, right out of the weeds, and a sweet swing and a base hit later. Bring up Richard Ortiz, the designated hitter tonight. He's batting .333. Appearing in his 13th ball game, his 49th at bat. He scored 8 runs. He's knocked in 15. Pretty much fully back on the middle infield. Pratt is midway at third base. Hunter Boyd with a pickoff throw.
Very quick pickoff move that Hunter has. He came very close to getting the runner. He keeps the ball low.
From the stretch, the kick, the pitch, and it's a strike right down Broadway, right down the middle of the plate. Strike one to the batter. Boyd gets the sign, the right-hander at the belt. He comes set, strides home on a half swing. The ball is looped foul up the right side, now to play. Nothing in 2 the count, 2 out and a man aboard here in the top half of the first inning.
And again, that was the breaking ball, a good 12-6 curveball that he throws.
Ortiz is a big man. Look at those thighs on him. He's built like a running back. Here's the pitch to him. And he chases some high inside gas. You start him low, and then you come back high. Very good chance the batter won't catch up to it. That's the old high and tight fastball.
Yeah, it sure was. Well pitched.
So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Hunter Boyd. No runs and a hit, and the man stranded. 1.5 hitting in the books. No score on the ball game, and this is Prospects Baseball on ICU Video. There you get a look at tonight's starting pitcher for the Giants, Ike Buxton. He's out of Ketchum, Idaho. He attends Boise State University down in a place they call the Treasure Valley, Boise, Idaho. If you're down that way, about a 1-hour drive straight north of Jackpot, Nevada. It is hot in the Treasure Valley in the summer, I can tell you that.
Produced some pretty good baseball players out of that country, Al.
Ike Buxton will make his 3rd start on the year, 11 innings, 7 hits. Been pretty stingy, just 2 earned runs. He's walked 6, struck out 6. An ERA of 1.63. And the league is batting a paltry 184 off Ike Buxton. Big, tall right-hander, works right down the middle of the pitching slab. Draws a gaze at home plate, kicks and fires, and it's a fastball strike, 0-1. Here to Pierce Blahoyak. Mace-2 is the catcher. Meyer at third, Hess at first, Sanderson at short, McGrath, the second baseman. Gunnar Rainey, the left fielder tonight. B.J. Minarson is the center fielder. And Gunnar Rainey plays out in right field. Fully back on the middle infield, about midway on the corners. The outfield is straight away here tonight at Remax Field. Nice little house nestling in for the ball game tonight. Don't forget our Father's Day matinee contest tomorrow. Get underway at 2:05. There's a slider for a strike. 1-2 to the batter. Tanner Roundy, the center fielder. Travis Hunt, the right fielder. Two up here in the home half of the first inning.
All three of these first three batters have good speed.
And the pitch. Threw him a strike, and he had to swing defensively. Chops it foul back off the backstop. Get road trip ready with a fully synthetic Pennzoil oil change at Jiffy Lube. You get a $100 travel credit, good for car rentals, hotels, theme parks, and a whole lot more at Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving all summer long. Blahoyek comes into play today, batting .267. He just has to put the ball into play and let his feet do the rest. He is the fastest runner on this club. First of 4 games against the Fort McMurray Giants. Tuesday and Wednesday at that beautiful ballpark. One of these times I'm going to have to go up there and have a look at it. It is something to see. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the fist and a ball. It's a little dying quail to the right side. Hess is there to grab it. He started his man with breaking balls, and he finishes them off with a fastball. There he just tied him up, jammed him. A looping line drive for the opening out of the inning.
And that's what you try to do. Get that fastball in on the hands, and normally it'll be popped up.
Tanner Roundy is the batter, .245 batter, as the Prospects try to end a 3-game string of futility. As the Regina Red Sox ran the table on them last week in the Queen City. 7-2 on Tuesday night. Squeaker on Wednesday, 3-2. And an 8-6 ball game on Thursday. Prospects had yesterday off. Buxton ready to go, and here comes the pitch. Fastball right down the dish. 0-2 to the batter.
Now Buxton's fastball seems to get a little movement on it just as it crosses the plate. Sometimes a little dip, sometimes inside. That's what you want out of your pitchers, not so much the speed as the movement you get on that ball.
Our broadcast tomorrow get underway about 10 minutes at 2 o'clock. 2:05 for the opening pitch. Ike Buxton, Boise State product, throws a fastball over the outside block, right about belt high. Finishes man with a fastball. And that's probably a strike.
And you see that dipped in across the corner just at the end. Very good movement on that fastball.
Travis Hunt is the batter. Not only has he been scintillating defensively, he's got good range, he's got a great hose, very accurate. He's got a right fielder's arm, and he's batting .400 on the year. Big strapping right-handed batter, and he takes up high, ball 1.
That's only the second ball that Buxton has thrown against these 3 batters.
Fastball misses upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes.
Now Ray Brown was talking before the game that if Buxton is on, he's very hard to hit. And that's that little dip now off that fastball.
Hunt appearing in his 15th game. This is his 56th at bat as we speak. Crossed the plate 10 times. He's got a collection of 22 hits, 5 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. A little dribbler foul at third base. Elsewhere tonight, you've got Medicine Hat at Weyburn, Melville is at Moose Jaw, Okotoks is at Brooks, Lethbridge is at Yorkton, and the Swift Current 57s in Regina to play the Red Sox. 2 out and the base is empty. Buxton ready, the pitch. They're going to appeal on the check swing up to first base. Tyler Bourne appeals to John Oko, hands it aside. He said that's not a swing, and the count is full, 3-2. Didn't appear from here like he broke his wrist or the
didn't seem like
barrel of the bat went over the plane of the plate. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fastball is high and outside, and the prospects are their first base runner of the night.
Very good control by Travis Hunt here, watching it all the way. Catcher does a nice job trying to get that ball back into the strike zone, but he didn't get the call.
269 batter, Nolan Walker stands in. Out of Meridian, Idaho, attends the College of South Idaho.
And Nolan has some power.
And here's the first pitch. On the fists, swung on and fouled off to the left of us here, up into the seats at Remax Field. Prospects tonight in their home whites with a gold and black trim. The Giants with their black top, orange trim, gray pants, black stirrup. Their namesake up in the National League, the ball club in San Francisco, play out of that beautiful park just off McCovey Cove. And that's about all that's beautiful with the San Francisco Giants this year. They're having a rough year in the Western Division of the National League.
Well, they are struggling.
Buxton ready. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Bottom fell right out of that breaking ball. And he's got a 0-2 count.
We can expect to see this ball shading that outside corner. Al, could very well be the fastball. Put her way outside.
Well, they can indicate no pitch. So the count will remain at 0-2. Why? I don't know. Time must have been called by the plate umpire as requested by the batter, Nolan Walker. Hunt now with both feet on the cutout, not a big lead at first base. And the ball is belted into left field, high pop fly, it's in foul territory. Moving on over is Gunnar Rainey, and he won't have a play on it.
Just got into the stands enough. Against a fastball pitcher like this who's got good control, and he's been showing good control, that you want to make bat contact. If you can foul him off, make him work.
Scoreless ball game, 2 out, man aboard here in the bottom of the first inning. Fastball is high of the target, 1-2. There's the pitch, a breaking ball, a swing and a miss, and that'll do it. 2 strikeouts here in the inning. Line total's pretty simple. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. There you have it, 1 inning complete, no score on the ball game, and this is Prospects Baseball on ICU Video. DJ Menarson, the leadoff batter, here in the top of the second inning. Menarson in center field tonight. He's making his Fort McMurray debut. Not listed on the statistical rundown. Hunter Boyd is ready. The big right-hander kicks and deals, and he opens things up with a fastball, strike 1. Probably you're seeing the respective aces of each staff here tonight. 2 right-hand pitchers with excellent statistics. The fastball is fouled away.
One thing you're seeing right away, Al, the difference in these 2 pitchers is Buxton takes a lot more time to prepare each pitch.
And here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball left side, and that's through the hole for a base hit. Manarson aboard, and Gunnar Rainey, the left fielder, will be the hitter. Threw him a strike, and he belts the ball through the hole.
As I was saying earlier, you can see the difference. Hunter Boyd works much faster than what Buxton does. Both very effective pitchers.
Gunnar Rainey hitting .306 for the Giants. Here the middle infield is going to shorten up, play to the double play depth. There's a pickoff throw, and Manarson did not get back to the base on time. 1-3 on the putout. That's a big aid for the pitcher. You go back to the windup where you're more comfortable. Here you see now really quick with his back foot off the rubber, and he just vapor locked his batter. Manarson was late coming back. He hesitated, and that cost him a base.
And you add to that, he not only did he lock him, but he put that ball right down. Every one of his pickoffs have been very low where they have to be.
Breaking ball is outside. We're at a ball on the strike. Scoreless ball game, top of the second inning. First of 4 straight ball games between these two clubs. Another one tomorrow afternoon, Monday off. Back up Highway 63 into Fort McMurray on Tuesday and Wednesday. There the batter got jammed, and with an inside-out swing, he loops a lazy one-hopper to Walker, the first baseman. He underhands to Boyd. He go 3-1 on the putout. He tied him right up with that inside gas. Now that looks like a very simple play, but if you noticed, when the first baseman made his underhanded flip, as he releases the ball, he makes one more step. That way you don't get a big lollipop going to the pitcher. Gets the ball there just a little bit quicker. Just one tiny little thing you learn how to do.
And it's very important.
Brady Wood is the batter. He also making his Fort McMurray Giant debut. Hunter Boyd comes high and hot with a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes on the batter. Fastball misses upstairs, go to ball 3. And here comes the pitch. Strike down the middle. Full slate of games in the major leagues, of course. The Toronto Blue Jays continue their series in Houston. That was butt ugly last night. Aaron Sanchez gave up a 3-spot in the first inning, gave up a 3-spot in the second. He was out of there by the third. A couple of years ago, that kid could snap off an outstanding curveball and a mid-90 fastball, but he is having a dead arm period as we speak. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That's low in ball 4. And the starting pitcher for the Astros last night, the name just escapes me. He was hitting right about 98 miles an hour with a gas and come right back with an 82 mile an hour changeup. That's a 16 mile an hour differential, and that's a long day for a hitter.
It sure is. Just keep you off balance, and that's very difficult to deal with.
Joseph Mestu is the catcher, right-handed batsman. It ended up as a 15-2 victory for the Astros. I would think probably the happiest guy in the ballpark. They interviewed him on the telecast, John Gibbons. He's getting paid this year. He doesn't have to work, and he doesn't have to manage that club. Nothing against Charlie Montoya. He's deserved his shot in the major leagues, but he's going to have a tough go this season. Lineup 1-9 last night. Nobody even close to a 300 batsman. So nobody's going to get a good pitch to hit. Why would you? You're going to walk this guy to get to that guy? No. And here comes the pitch from Hunter Boyd. Drops a breaking ball into the zone. He seems to be having a little problems with his follow through. I don't know if he blew a tire, but he appears to be in a little bit of discomfort. And you saw that's not textbook. That's not the way you follow through.
It looked to me like he slipped coming off the mound, Al. And a lot of these guys now, when they pitch, they don't end up balanced.
Ground ball to Ramirez. He took his eye off the ball. You can score that as an E6. And you've got runners at first and second base. That is very much a catchable ball. Snuck his eye off the ball for a peek at second base. So you got 2 men on. If any runs score, they'll be unearned.
Huge mistake. An easy play to make, throw either to first or to second. And like you say, fundamental mistake. Take your eye off the ball, it scoots right under your glove.
222 batter up now. Cam Sanderson, the shortstop. London, Ontario, plays at the University of British Columbia. And Hunter Boyd with what looked like a slider over the outside corner. Slider, cut fastball. Another one to the batsman.
He does throw a slider. It's not his best pitches, but he will throw it.
And here's another one. Breaking ball down and away. Made a Jiffy Lube today for a Pennzoil fully synthetic oil change. No appointment necessary. Warranty approved. You get air mile reward miles, a $100 travel credit. Details at jiffylubeservice.ca. Boyd delivers, and it's a curveball strike. 1-2. Hunter Boyd from Moses Lake, Washington.
Put that ball right on the corner.
Still a right-handed pitcher. Pitched a little bit professionally from Moses Lake. Dave Haverlow was his name. His son Jeff Haverlow pitched in the big leagues as well. And the 1-2 pitch, curveball. He swung on and he missed it. That might be Hunter Boyd's best pitch of the night. Let's have a look at that hook.
He
Beauty.
just dropped it.
And for Boyd, that's his 3rd strikeout on the night. So your line totals: no runs and 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 men left on base as we move along to the bottom half of the 2nd inning. You're tuned to Prospects Baseball on ICU Video. There you can look at the leadout batter here in the bottom of 2, the catcher, Bo Gilbo, Carthage, Texas. Front foot slightly open from the left side of the plate. Buxton in with a fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. Jake Geary and Davis Pratt do up here in the bottom of 2. Buxton with the pitch down and away. Next to the catcher tonight, Meyer at 3rd, Hess at first base. Shortstop, Sanderson, McGrath the second baseman. Gunnar Rainey in left field, B.J. Manarson the center fielder, Gunnar Rainey in right field to complete the picket line. Buxton strides home, draws that right arm back, and he overthrew his fastball. It rises out of the strike zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. Gilbo hitting 154 as he completes his first week of service with the Prospects out of Louisiana State University, and he draws ball 4 on 5 pitches.
Now batting, designated hitter number 22, Jake Geary.
And Jake Geary will be the batter. Buxton, Washington, the hometown, attends Yale University. You said that's in New Haven, Connecticut?
New Haven, Connecticut. Smaller school than you'd think. 12,350 some students.
Here's the pitch to him. Breaking ball. It's in the dirt, ball 1. I knew an old guy one time, he was a Swedish guy, and he told me his son learned how to punch out license plates when he was in Yale.
Had to be a good Scandinavian.
Jake Geary, number 22, awaits the pitch. Geary batting .308. And he takes the strike. .12th ball game for Geary. This will be his 40th at-bat. Scored 10 runs. He's got a collection of 12 hits on the season, including 4 doubles. You make a mistake on him, and he can turn that right around. There's a high fly ball drifting back out into deep right field into the bullpen. Is Gunnar Rainey, and he is out of real estate.
You get around on that ball, but it was outside, and you got pretty good drive on it. When Jake,
Just a trace of wind blowing tonight. pretty much from the outfield wall straight in towards the batter. Mid 60s, maybe low 70s temperature. Nice clear blue sky pretty much overhead. The clouds have parted. It was kind of gloomy around here right about 5 o'clock. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He gets under it. Ball's popped up on the infield skin, midway between the bags of first and second base. Here McGrath is camped under that. 1 away. Davis Pratt, the third baseman, the batter. Hitting .235. 12th ball game, 35th at bat. Collection of 5 hits. 5 runs he scored on 8 hits. Left-handed batter up, 1 out, 1 on. Here in the bottom half of the second inning. Ike Buxton, tall right-hander, delivers. Ran a fastball in on his batter. Kind of an inside-out swing, but that one was below the label, right on the fist.
It sure was a very good pitch. Davis Pratt, St. Albert boy, one of the boys that plays at Cloud Community College.
Here's the stride home, and that ball is turned right around. There's a base hit belted out into right field. The runner wasn't going, so you got men at first and second base. And he got a sweet spot of the bat on that ball. Listen to that report as it comes off the bat. As he strokes a base hit into right, first knock of the night for the Prospects.
Very good hit, got around on it. Popped it so hard that there's no way that the man, Bogey Bowl, could have gotten around a third.
Tyler Maskill, the 8-hitter in the order tonight, hitting .244. Belt high fastball for a called strike. Buxton making his 3rd start. This is his 13th inning on the season. He's now surrendered 8 hits, given up 2 earned runs on the year. Walked 6 batters. He struck out 6 batters, and now he's going to get charged with a balk as the runners move down to second and third base. See if we can get a look at that.
I hope we can, because I did not see that. Here we got it up, Hal.
Must have been just on his back foot. I can't see anything else.
Yeah, must have.
There's a break for the Prospects. Instead of first and second, with 1 away, you've got second and third. Deep fly ball can play to run. And the pitch is an inside fastball. Maskill bounces it foul down the left side.
Here's that replay again. This.
Nothing in 2 pitches on the way, and it's a breaking ball. He didn't intend to throw that for a strike. Ball 1 on the count. And the 1-2 delivery. Upstairs fastball. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Quick look at some of the standings in the big leagues. The Yankees with a half-game lead on Tampa Bay in the American League East, 41-26 for the Pinstripes, 15 games better than 500. 6.5 out for the Boston Red Sox. The Blue Jays, 16.5 games back. If it wasn't for the Baltimore Orioles, they'd be in the cellar. They're 20.5 games back. Here Buxton throws his man a real nice 2-strike breaking ball and records his 3rd strikeout.
Very good pitch. Starter off about the belt, dropper just below the knees.
Javier Ramirez is the batter. .256 batter. Twins with a big lead now in the Central Division, 10.5 game lead on Cleveland. And Houston and Texas in a tie for the lead in the Eastern Division, or the Western Division of the American League. Astros managed by a guy who used to play here, A.J. Hinch. 2 years ago, the World Series champions. Buxton is ready. Here comes the pitch. And he throws it off the outside corner. 2 balls and no strikes. The Atlanta Braves, led by a young right-hander from Calgary, is having an outstanding season. Mike Soroka. Best earned run average in the National League. 5 victories against no losses. Wouldn't that be something for an Alberta guy to win a Cy Young?
It would be. Now there's a case where Buxton, if you look at it from the center field camera, looked like that ball was outside. Catcher popped the glove right back to the corner and got the call for a strike.
That is what is called framing the ball. One of the best I ever saw was Bob Boone. He was excellent at that.
Another one who was very good at that was Duffy Dyer. A lot of years in the majors, never really started. He was a backup catcher.
He was a backup everywhere. The backup in Montreal.
Yeah.
But Carter was the starting catcher. That's that.
He was backup with the Mets. Had a great career, though. He played 15 years in the majors.
Second and third base occupied. 2 gone in the inning. Javier Ramirez facing a full count pitch.
They'll be running.
And the fastball is high. Bases are loaded.
But now we have Pierce Bluhoviak up.
Number 6, Pierce Bluhoviak.
Bluhoviak get tied up with an inside fastball his first time through. And looped a line drive to the right side of the infield for an out. As Joseph Mistu, the catcher. A quick meeting at the mound. Buxton ready to go, and here comes the pitch. There's a line drive, hit foul down the left side. It was a changeup, and he got away with it. He hung it a bit.
He did, and Pierce Bluhoviak just got a little bit in front of it. Had a good rip.
Father's Day tomorrow at the ballpark. Our webcast get underway about 10 minutes to 2 o'clock. It's going to be a beautiful, warm, sunny day, so goes the forecast. Gates open up at 1 o'clock, and the scheduled 9-rounder get underway at 2:05.
Yeah, as we start getting into this second part of the order, Al, their second time through, they should be timing up this pitcher a little bit.
Breaking ball brings the count around to 0-2. And Buxton is 1 pitch away from getting out of the kettle here in the second inning. And here comes the pitch. Tosses up a high fastball. Your runners aboard at third base, Bo Gilbo. At second base, Davis Pratt. Javier Ramirez takes his lead at first. He can draw the infield pretty much fully back. Hess maybe about midway at first base. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Through the slider, he thought he might get strike 3, but he didn't. And we're at 2-2.
Just missed outside. Now usually in this 2-2 situation with 2 out, you look for his best pitch, which Ray Brown says is his fastball.
The pitch was the fastball, a swing and a miss. As the prospects flirt with a run, but not a whole lot more. That's the 4th strikeout on the night. Here for Ike Buxton and Tyler Rebchuk, take it away.
Thanks, guys. One of the reasons the prospects have been able to find some success early in the season here is their ability to play aggressive baseball, and it's reflected on the base paths as well. Coming into action today, they lead the WNBL in stolen bases. But when you look back at that trip in Regina, which didn't go well, that aggressiveness wasn't necessarily there. Let's put it this way. Heading into that road trip in Regina, they were averaging 3 stolen bases a game. They had 43 attempts and were only caught 6 times. During those 3 games in Regina, they stole a total of just 6 bases, so an average of 2 a game, and they were caught a total of 3 times as well. That ratio went right down. Now, I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, 1 less stolen base a game, but when you put it into the perspective of they lost a 1-run game and a 2-run game, those tight ball games, that 1 extra runner in scoring position could really make all the difference in those tight ball games. But I talked to Jordan Blundell before the game, and he said that aggressiveness is going nowhere. The plan and the talk in the room right now and in the clubhouse is to stick to the process and remember what made them successful early in the year. And you're seeing it now here again today. They're in the pitcher's mind a little bit with some aggressive leads, and they drew a balk there in that 3rd inning, or in the 2nd inning there as well. So it's something to keep an eye on, that aggressiveness and how it relates to the prospects winning baseball games. Back up to you guys.
Brady McGrath will be the leadoff batter here in the top of the 3rd inning. Tanner Hess and Eric Meyer, the 3rd baseman. 1, 2, 3 hitters in the order to face Hunter Boyd. As he just heard in the explanation of the fewer stolen bases in Regina, a couple of things come to my mind. Probably in all those games they were behind, and it's a little harder to steal when you're behind in the score. And probably good pitching meant you didn't get a lot of good running counts.
That's a big part of it. You're getting good pitching, throwing a lot of strikes. You're really not in a lot of position to be real aggressive.
Good question. What is the best count to run on? I kind of like 2 balls, no strikes. I like it a little better than 3-0 because I don't want my batter to be taking an obligatory cut at a 3-0 pitch. And there's the breaking ball outside. Ball 1 on Brady McGrath. Popped up to short right field his first time through. Ball game right about the 45-minute mark as we get this 3rd inning underway. There's that big soft deuce, a swing and a miss. Here from Hunter Boyd, who threw a beautiful ball game last Sunday, complete game distance. Coughed up 1 earned run on 6 hits. Gave up the run with back-to-back hits with 2 away in the top of the 9th inning. Works for that straight overhand delivery, as you can see, and the pitch is swung on and missed. 1 and 2 on Brady McGrath.
Had a little bit of heat on that high fastball.
Here's the ball. It's dribbled back up the middle. Here comes Ramirez. Makes a nice scoop. Throws onto the bag. Nicely done by the little shortstop, and you got 1 away. He ran a long way to get to that ball, right between the wickets
really
of the pitcher.
It's on the second base side, and just great speed. Got rid of the ball quickly.
Tanner Hess is the batter. Out of Victoria, BC, Vancouver Island is where he plays his collegiate baseball. Just a 12-hour drive here, but it makes all the difference in the world in playing baseball. You can play in March in that part of the world. Bouncing ball to Ramirez. He sidearms to the target, 2 away. And 3rd baseman Eric Meyer is the batter. Out of Frankfort, Kentucky. Attends Spalding University.
We've talked about this before with Hunter Boyd, Al, but he keeps the ball down real well, and you get a lot of ground outs with pitchers like this.
Meyer, big strapping ball player, stands into the right-hand side of the plate, checks the swing, and he takes a curveball strike, 0-1. Meyer hitting .391. His 6th game here tonight, his 24th at bat. Scored 5 runs, 9 hits. He's got 2 doubles, a couple of runs batted in. And he takes a strike. 2 gone, bases empty. Here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Boyd draws the beat on the target, cranks that right arm over and delivers with a low and away fastball. And the 1-2 pitch. Hits softly again to the shortstop Ramirez, bobbles the ball, makes his throw, and it is not in time. Very nearly got all 3 assists in the inning, but that ball just not quite in time. That'll be an infield hit.
Slowly hit ball. These are tough to handle. Comes in, a little off balance. Tough throw to make.
And Richard Ortiz hitting .333. His 13th game. This is his 50th at bat. 15 runs batted in and 4 big fly balls. Meyer takes his lead off at first base. Boyd is ready to go. Here's the pitch. Off the head of the bat, fouled away. Back up into the seating area. Strike 1. Late arriving crowd tonight, but a good crowd on hand. I would think we're in the neighborhood of 2,200. And here's the 0-1 pitch. And leaving the count up.
Tried the breaking ball, got her down.
One delivery and a ball hit hard at third base. Davis Pratt goes to his right, can't make the play. The ball's down the line, could very well score the run. Rounding third is Meyer. He finds a new gear between third and home, and he'll slide in to score, and that'll make it a 1-0 lead for the Fort McMurray Giants. That ball is hit hard at third base. You see Pratt will dive towards the foul chalk, can't get to it. The ball is kissed, and that'll be a double and a run batted in for Richard Ortiz. Best hit ball of the night for the Fort McMurray Giants, and it produces the run.
Very good hit. Got around on it very well.
And B.J. Menarson will be the batter up. He bounced a single into left field his first time through. Comes up with 2 away. A runner in scoring position. Hunter Boyd is ready to go. Here's the stride home, and the pitch is a strike. Right at the knee. 0-1. Menarson making his first appearance in a Fort McMurray Giants uniform. And the strike 1 pitch. Big looping curveball, swing and a miss.
Hunter Boyd has mixed his pitches up very well so far tonight. Fastball, curve, and once in a while the slider.
There's the pitch, and that'll get it done. A swing and a miss on a breaking ball. And that is strikeout number 4 tonight for Hunter Boyd. Well, the Giants, they score a run. They do it on 2 hits. There are any errors. 1 man left on base. 1-0 Giants as we move to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. It's Prospects Baseball on ICU Video. Tanner Roundy, the leadoff batter. Travis Hunt, Nolan Walker due up. 2, 3, and 4 batters in the prospect order. Here against Ike Buxton. He's had runners on all night, but he's yet to cough up a run. Faced 4 batters in the first inning, 6 in the second. Got a 6 strikeout performance. Check that, he's got a 4 strike performance tonight. At times his breaking ball has got him into trouble, but more times than not his breaking ball has got him out of trouble.
I don't think he's quite as sharp as what Ray Brown would like, but he's pitching well.
And a 1 hopper back to the mound. Buxton with it, underhands to the bag. He got 1 away. Travis Hunt, who drew a base on ball his first time through the batter.
Got the ball out over the plate, and Tanner Roundy got over top of the ball.
Buxton with 2 appearances on the season, both of them starts. Over the first 2 starts, he's got 11 innings of pitching. Given up 2 runs, they're both earned. Walked 6 batters, struck out 6. You got to like that ERA at 1.63. In the league, not doing a whole lot with him. The league is batting 184. They're off Ike Buxton out of Boise State University. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Isn't that the place that's got the football stadium with the blue artificial turf?
It does have the blue artificial
It is
turf.
different, isn't it?
It sure is. Very good fans.
Are they the Vandals? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I believe it is. They got great fans there.
Fastball is upstairs. The Cubs were in there the last I heard in the Northwest League, short season ball. Wayne Gretzky's son played there when he was drafted by the Cubs. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Hit a good pitch. He got under it just a bit. He hit it pretty good, but didn't get the good wood on it. It's a lazy pop fly here to B.J. Marson, and there's 2 away.
Got under it just a touch. Ball right down the pipe.
As you see it right there, that's probably about a 380-foot fly ball. I don't think there's a ballpark in the major leagues now that's 420 up the middle.
I don't believe so either.
Nolan Walker is the batter. He chased a break in pitches last time up. He was the second of 4 strikeouts on the night. Here for Ike Buxton. Ike delivers, and he was razor sharp with that breaking ball on the outside block. 0-1.
Buxton really having good control in this inning.
He's got a walk hit innings pitched ratio of 1.18. I look at the ERA, and if it's later in the year, I look at the innings pitched and the amount of hits surrendered. And if you've given up more hits than innings pitched, you're in trouble. There's the ball. It sits sharply on one bounce. Has the big first baseman there to grab it. And he'll get the unassisted put out, and that'll retire the side. As we move along to the 4th inning and a 1-0 Giants lead as we head now to Tyler Yaremchuk. All right, let's take a timeout. It's a 1-0 ball game, and this is Prospects Baseball on ICU Video. 0-1 is the count. The batter up is Gunnar Rainey. Batting .306, right-handed batsman, playing in left field tonight. Hunter Boyd rocks and delivers, and he's right down the middle of the plate, but under the knee. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gunnar Rainey hitting .307 for the Giants. And he takes the pitch low. There he went right from the heels, took a big cut of that off-speed pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's that very good curve that he throws, and it is a good off-speed pitch for him, and he's very accurate with it.
And the pitch, just off the outside block. Gunnar Rainey attends Adrian College. He's out of Adrian, MI. What is that, Mississippi?
Probably Missouri.
3-2 pitch, bouncing ball to the left side. Here's Ramirez there to shag it. Throws the ball on 1 bounce to first base. Walker can't squeeze it. Likely an error on the throw, I would think. Very much a catchable ball. And he just threw his first baseman a sinker ball. I think he'd score that in E6. Brady Wood will be the batter. Short in the middle, infield up, play to the double play death. Ground ball right side. Wasn't a hit and run, so you'll have men at first and second base. As Brady Wood pounds a single into right. See, the runner is going, but he didn't get a good jump. Just about got hit with the ball. And that'll set the table with men at first and second base. And Joseph Mitstu, the catcher, the batter. With 2 out in the first inning, Eric Meyer reached base on a scratch single. Richard Ortiz with a well-hit ball. He pulled a double down the left field line, scored the run, and that's where we sit. 1-0 ball game. Here you got men at first and second base. There's a bunt. It's a pretty good one up the third base line. The throw is in time. Nice fielding play by Davis Pratt. I thought sure he'd just hold on to the ball, but he didn't. He gloved it and he threw it. First off, it's a pretty good bunt.
It's a very good bunt, and Pratt just makes a wonderful play on it.
Look at that flip.
But most people, when they flip the ball like that, Al, they don't have velocity on it. He had good pop on that ball. Got it there in time.
5-3 on the putout. That'll be a sacrifice bunt, so no time at bat for Joseph Metzen. That's Ray Brown baseball for you. Brownie's from the old school. He was just a joy to watch when he pitched 40-some years ago. The man threw 2 no-hitters in his professional career. There's a squeeze play, and it's a suicide squeeze. The throw to the plate is not in time. And there's some good fundamental baseball for you.
It is, and like you say, this is typical Ray Brown baseball. Here it is, suicide squeeze. They can't get to it in time.
That'll be an infield hit with a run batted in for Cam Sanderson. 2-0 ball game. That's the first time I've seen the squeeze play in quite a while.
Well, you got the suicide squeeze. You had hit and run. You know, just good baseball.
That, by the way, is an unearned run. So one gone in the inning. Runners at the corners. Hunter Boyd off the pitching slab and on to first base. When you're putting that squeeze play on, too, the manager gives you the sign and the batter has to give a return signal that he knows the play is on. Might be something like stepping out, might be going to the billy or helmet, I don't know, but you generally have to give a return signal. Hunter Boyd made that one real close on the pickoff. He's going to have Cam Sanderson pretty much standing on the base.
Right now with 1 out, double play depth.
Runner goes, and here's the throw, and it's a honey. It's right on time, right over the bag. As Cam Sanderson is erased on a perfect throw by Bo Gilbo. Didn't even look his man at third base, didn't look him back, just let her rip.
No hesitation at all. Ball's there plenty early, down low, exactly where you want it.
2-6 on the putout. So Boyd will go back into his full windup. Here comes the pitch. That was a breaking ball for a strike. 1-1 on Brady McGrath. 0 for 2 tonight. Flied out, he's bounced out. And the 1-1 delivery. Ball belted out into right field. On the run in is Travis Hunt. Motors on over to get it. And that will do it here in the top half of the 4th inning. As one unearned run crosses the plate. Done on a pair of hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. So let's take this time out. 2-0 ball game. The Giants lead. This is Prospects Baseball on ICU Video. Bo Gilbo, the leadoff batter. Jake Geary and Davis Pratt here against Ike Buxton. There he might have touched 90 on that fastball. He's high and wide of the target. 1 ball and no strikes. Gilbo drew a walk his first time through, got as far as third base. Down and in the pitch, 2 balls, no strikes to Gilbo. Don't forget tomorrow's matinee contest. Get underway at 2:05. Father's Day at the ballpark. Gates open up at 1 o'clock. And our telecast get underway right about 10 minutes to 2. Buxton with a gaze down the gun barrel, throws a breaking ball. Gilbo with a big swing at it. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Middle infield is fully back. They're about midway on the corners. Off the head of the bat, the ball popped up foul and out of play.
This is what Gilbo wants to keep doing, just get contact.
And the 2-2 pitch. He just missed that fastball. Fouled it straight back. That's usually an indication that the batter's timing wasn't far off. And the pitch. It's a low breaking ball, and the count is full, 3-2. Look at some of our promotions this summer. Toonie Tuesday. Buy one ticket at the regular price, the second ticket for $2. Thirsty Thursdays, with beer as low as $4. You tell me where you can get a suds for $4 in town anymore. Sodas as low as $3, and there's the second walk tonight issued to Bo Gilbo.
That was a good at bat for Bo. He fouled off 3 pitches and worked 4 balls. Get on base.
Jake Geary popped up his opening time through. Short in the infield up now. They're at a double play depth. There's the stretch in the pitch. It's a pop-up. It's in foul territory. Back to first base and over by the dugout. Now to play. Strike one.
Looks like a youngster made a pretty good catch on that.
Prospects had a little something going in the second inning. They sent 6 batters to the plate. They had the bases loaded, but Pierce Blahoyek struck out on a breaking ball to end the uprising. Buxton delivers, and he's high of the target. 1 ball, 1 strike. Monday's an off day for the Prospects and the Giants, and they'll be back in Fort McMurray at Shell Place on Tuesday and Wednesday night. Thursday, the Prospects are in Okotoks, and then through the weekend in Medicine Hat. Ball's popped up. That's pretty much a room service fly ball here to Gunnar Rainey. And the right fielder one hands it on in, 1 away. Davis Pratt is the batter.
Easy fly ball.
Got the lone hit of the night for the Prospects.
Got that sharp single to right field.
Now, a week from this Monday, Lethbridge Bulls will be in town for a quick 1-game homestand. That'll be a weekday 2:05 start. If you'd like to play a little hooky from work, sliders on the inside corner. 1-1. And the 1-1 delivery. Pitch is low, go to ball 2. Imagine the era when baseball was played exclusively during the day. They just, there was no such thing as lights in the big leagues or the minor leagues. I suppose you might have twilight games. Maybe if you're out in this part of the woods, you'd get a 6 o'clock start in. But the last time I can remember seeing in the box scores would be a Chicago Cub home game called Due to Darkness. Didn't have lights.
That was even in through the 80s. When they
allowed them to put lights in, it was on the stipulation that they still had to play a certain amount of day games.
That's right.
Players liked it, I can tell you that.
Oh, they do. It's easier on them.
You see the ball better.
See it better. Got much better depth perception.
Pratt with his front foot just a little bit open, deep in the box, big knee bend. There he's going to loop a ball off the glove of the second baseman McGrath, but he makes a nice pick on it, holds onto it, and he gets Gilbo on the force at second base. Went right off the heel of his fielder's mitt. But he kept it out in front of him. Gets the unassisted putout. Tyler Maskill is the batter. First ballpark in the major leagues to have lights was Old Crosley Field in Cincinnati. That was the first night game. And the pitch. Strike in the inside corner.
That's also
Night games, I believe, came to Edmonton in either the late 40s or the early 50s.
I think you're right. And, you know, it's one of the reasons batting averages dropped dramatically.
Slow ground ball. Here's Sanderson up with it. On to McGrath at second base, and the force to retire the side. Just a little dribbler back up the middle. So here in the bottom half of the fourth inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. Tyler, take it away.
Hey guys, down here with manager Jordan Blundell. You leave the bases loaded, one inning, a couple of errors. Is frustrating a good way to describe this game?
Yeah, a little bit. Their guys done a good job, so we just got to stick with it.
At the plate, as you guys start to go through your order a third and even a fourth time against Broxton, what kind of adjustments are you looking for from your hitters?
Well, we want to put some more balls on the ground. We want to get some more barrels going. I think that'll come.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks, Howard.
Back up to you guys.
Okay. Right now, just take a look. Today is the start of the College World Series at Rosenblatt Stadium, Omaha, Nebraska. Texas Tech played Michigan. Michigan beat them 5-3. The last score we had between Florida State and Arkansas was 0-0 after 4. That game is well on its way now. Tomorrow, Vanderbilt will be playing Louisville, and Mississippi State will be playing Auburn. In the College World Series, there are 2 brackets of 4. They play double elimination. Then the winners play off in a 3-game series for the championship.
That is a big deal for Omaha. That's at Johnny Rosenblatt Stadium. We used to play a lot of AAA games there. The Kansas City Royals have a AAA club at Omaha. As Tanner Hess will be the leadoff batter. And here's the pitch to a strike on the inside half of the plate. Omaha, also known as the home of the Strategic Air Command. Hess tonight has struck out and bounced out. Here's the pitch to him. Hunter Boyd misses low.
You know, Omaha does such a great job with that College World Series too, Al. They really do it upright.
It has been the home of the College World Series for quite a long time. Now, I don't know where it was before that, or if there was such a thing. But
I think it started in the 40s there. Oh, it's been a long time.
Boyd rocks on the rubber, and the ball is hit fair at third base on a big high hopper here to Davis Pratt. Fields the ball, throws to the target, and you have one away. Big Baltimore chop.
Good throw by Davis Pratt. Lots of time.
Get road trip ready with a full synthetic Pennzoil change at Jiffy Lube. Get a $100 travel credit, good for car rentals, hotels, theme parks, and more. Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving all summer long. Top half of the fifth inning with one out and the bases empty. A 2-0 Fort McMurray lead. Scored a run in the third inning. The Prospects coughed up an unearned run in the fourth. And it was nicely done on a squeeze bunt. That was a bunt by Cam Sanderson. So not only did he get a run batted in, he got a base hit. 2 balls and no strikes. There's the pitch. Another high one hopper at third base. Nice pick by Pratt. Throw is right on the money, and there's 2 away.
Pratt has a real good arm. He just whips this or flicks it, and look at the power he gets on it.
You know, he used to throw the ball that way, and he could whip it just like that. It's a little second baseman of the Phillies named Manny Trio.
Yeah,
and he had a gun. I mean, second baseman normally got a pea shooter for an arm. He had a gun. And Richard Ortiz is the batter. Run scoring double his last time up, batting .500 on the night, hitting .333 on the year. Hunter Boyd leads him off with a breaking pitch outside.
Every once in a while you see Hunter Boyd come across, goes across his body, and really has trouble with control. There, that one, he's with more square. But he lost a little control on the mound in that first pitch.
A straight overhand delivery. The ball is a 12-6 curve, and it's a swing and a miss. Ortiz leads the league in home runs. He's actually in a tie with a lead in home runs with 4 other players. He's got 4 big fly balls. There he chases one, and he's down on strikes. Nice finish here for Hunter Boyd. That's his 5th strikeout on the night. And the Giants go quietly here in the top half of the 5th inning. 4.5 innings done, 2-0 the Giants lead. This is Prospects Baseball on ICU Video. Javier Ramirez to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. It's the 19th batter tonight that Ike Buxton will face. The Giants now with a right-hander heating up in the bullpen. Javier drew a base on ball his opening time through. Buxton delivers, and he's down and away with a pitch. Got us even at a ball on a strike. Beautiful night here at Remax Field. Nice crowd has settled in. More good weather on the way tomorrow for the afternoon contest. Half swing, appeal to first base, and John Oko indicates that is a swinging strike. Pierce Blahoyak and Tanner Roundy are the batters due up. And we're at 2-2. Brandon Cates of the Berks Bombers leads the league in batting, hitting .500. And that's with a very subpar .500 baseball club. The ball is swatted over to the left of the mound, and the throw by Buxton is off target. That's going to be an infield. That's a tough play for the pitcher. Just placed it right. Being a right-handed pitcher, of course, your momentum is going to take you away from the throwing target. That's a scratch single for Javier Ramirez. Pierce Blahoyak, the batter. The run batted in leader is Ashton Roy of the Lethbridge Bulls. He's got 20 RBIs. Christian Vick of Weyburn leads the league with 2 victories, and he's tied with 5 other players for the lead at 2. Strikeout leader is Chris Pawleski of the Melville Millionaires. He's got 21. Best earned run average is Seth Pigg of Weyburn. That's his name, Pigg. P-I-G-G. Earned run average at 0.00. Blahoyak tonight has lined out and struck out. Sanderson and McGrath, the double play Quinella, shorten up a little bit. Myers about midway at third. Outfield is straight away. Buxton delivers. It's a bunt back towards the mound. Buxton's going to field the ball. Doesn't even look to second. On to first. No time at bat here for Blahoyak. Javier Ramirez in scoring position with 1 away. Tanner Roundy will be the batter.
That wasn't quite the bunt that Pierce Blahoyak really wanted, but it was good enough. Got him over.
Ray Brown makes his way out to the mound. He's had an arm limbering up for about 15 minutes. You know, when Brownie was finished his professional career, he was drafted by the Kansas City Royals, went to the Kansas City Royals Baseball Academy. One of his teammates was Frank White. Threw 2 no-hitters in his professional career. Threw one at San Jose in the California League. He threw another one in Billings, Montana at Old Cobb Field. What a beautiful old park. That actually isn't Ray Brown, that's his pitching coach. And when he was done, there's no kidding, he got a job at a McDonald's restaurant in and around Long Beach where he's from. I don't know if he worked the window or he worked the grill or what he did, but when he was done that, he used to take a bus to Dodger Stadium, and he was a batting practice pitcher for the Dodgers. Isn't that a great story?
It's a tremendous story, and it's so typical of him.
There's a clean steal of third. As Ramirez with a landing gear down, got a pretty good jump on the right-handed pitcher. Here the catcher, Metsu, lets her rip. It's a little bit high. I don't think would have got him anyway.
No, it's pretty high, and good jump by Ramirez. Very good head first slide.
So he'd go to batting practice for the Dodgers. He'd be throwing pitches to Garvey, and Lopes, and Say, and Russell, and Yeager, and all of those guys. In those days, he threw BP right from the mound, not from 40 feet away, and he threw it without an L screen. And believe me, in the big leagues where you play 162 games, you hire people like that. That's all they do is they throw BP. And quite often, pitchers aren't good batting practice pitchers because they just can't break the habit of trying to break bats and get guys out. There you see that pitch. There's a nice block by the catcher, Metsu. Abandoned his crouch, blocked the ball with his chest protector.
A very good block.
Prospects potential first run 90 feet from the promised land, and the pitch is a high fastball. Wasn't gone in the inning, and we're here in the last of 5.
You know, it's interesting to see about Ray working the work he was doing before he drive down for to throw batting practice. He'd do anything. He's a hard-working guy, and he's old-time baseball man. A lot of fun to be around.
Ike Buxton working on a 3-ball, 2-strike count here to Tanner Roundy. Is struck out tonight, and he has bounced one back to the mound. Here's the 3-2 pitch to him. Bouncing ball down to third base. Throw's going to be home. They're going to get a rundown play. There's the tag. And out at third base is Ramirez. Here's a throw back to first, and that won't be in time. You can score the putout 5-2 to 5. That's what we used to call them when we were kids on a playground playing a game of pickle. And he is out. Got tagged right on his wallet.
There's a mistake by Ramirez on that. The ball was hit to the short side of the field, and that's a short throw home.
And Travis Hunt is the batter. 0 for 1 tonight. Buxton with a pitch in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Other games tonight in the Western Canada Baseball League. Medicine Hat's at Weyburn. Weyburn with a real good start this season. 12 victories against 2 losses. They're playing .857 baseball. Melville at Moose Jaw, Okotoks at Brooks, Lethbridge at Yorkton, and the Swift Current 57s. Motor down the Trans-Canada Highway and into Regina to play the Red Sox. Got nice travel in the Saskatchewan division of the league. I mean, there's a number of those times you could cover with a blanket.
It's sure easy traveling there than it is like going from Fort McMurray or to Fort McMurray. There's a long hauls. Or the trip.
Meyer's in the professional game. I actually enjoyed the bus more than I enjoyed the airplanes.
Yeah.
All you had to do was get on the bus and your day's over with. Now it's up to the bus driver.
Well,
and the early buses we had aren't like what they got today. I mean, those things now, those luxury coaches. Everybody gets their own seat. You don't have to double up. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's an upstairs fastball. We're getting around to 2 balls, no strikes. You're looking at about 5 hours up Highway 63 to get to Fort McMurray. The Prospects will do just that on Tuesday. A 2-game series, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Thursday, the Prospects will be in Okotoks, and on the weekend in Medicine Hat. Hutt, a 400 batter coming into today's game. Harry snared one right out of the catcher's mitt. He pulled the trigger on a changeup and blasted foul up into the grandstand seating area.
Travis Hunt, another one of these outfielders that's got good speed.
There he cues the ball in the air. He got fisted on that one. And on the handle of the bat, pops one up to McGrath, the second baseman. And a full 5 innings have been completed. Good pitching duel here tonight. 2-0 lead for the Fort McMurray Giants. And this is Prospects Baseball on ICU Video. Out of the 6th inning, B.J. Menarson, the batter, up 1 for 2 on the night. Here against Hunter Boyd. He has faced 23 batters on the night, and there's a ball that's flared into right field. And Menarson is aboard with his second knock of the night.
It's just a check swing and caught the bat on the ball, just looped it out into right field.
During our break, the public address announcer was telling everybody this day in baseball history there was an unassisted triple play turned by some team. And I've seen 2 triple plays in my time. One was in this ballpark. Runners at first and second base. We were affiliated with the Florida Marlins. And the guy lined a bullet to the left side, to the right side of the infield. Here's Ramirez to make the scoop on to first base, a 6-3 double play. Our first baseman was Monty Ferris. He caught the line drive. He touched first. There's 2 outs. The runner from second going to third got a really big break on the ball. So Monty started running towards second base to try to turn the assisted double play, but he thought better of it. Flipped to Gus Polidor, and that was the triple play, but it wasn't unassisted. And a couple of years ago, I was watching TV late at night, watching the sports highlights, and I normally do it with the sound down. I don't listen to the sound. I just like to watch what appears on the screen. As the pitch is fouled away. The defensive team is the Kansas City Royals. Had a little second baseman, name I don't even know. Runners at first and second. Runner at first got a real big jump. Runner at second took off. The ball was a looping line drive right over the bag at second base. Second baseman caught the ball, touched second, and somehow he ran the foot race, and he tagged the runner going back to first. So that is, if you're scoring that, that is line to 4, 4 to 4. That's how you would score an unassisted triple play. And as I'm watching it, it finally dawned on me what I just saw. I just saw an unassisted triple play.
It's amazing, isn't it, when you see that type of thing? You're shocked. And it happens so fast, Al.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball, foul tipped. I remember a play one night in the old ballpark here. Our catcher, a guy named Bob Nadel, caught a little bit in the big leagues for Montreal. He had men at second and third base. It was a broken play. They were going to try a squeeze bunt. And the pitch fouled on that half swing. So the runner breaks for home. Nadel has the ball. They don't put it into play. The runner from second has gone to third. Nadel runs his man back to the bag. He tagged the runner who was going from second to third out because he was out. He was not at a base he was supposed to be at. And he waited for the other runner to come off the base and not in foul territory. He was in fair territory. Nate tagged him. He got 2 outs at the bag. And what they tell the catcher is tag both guys, let the umpire make up their mind. But there he got 2 outs on a broken squeeze play. The runner, if he just stays on the bag or moves into foul territory, he's safe. But he came off the bag in fair territory, and Nate tagged him. You don't see that very often.
No. But it's little mistakes like that cost you.
Brady Wood is the batter. And the 1-2 pitch. It's a good pitch. It was a fastball. It's popped up over by the screen, and no play for Bo Gilboa.
He almost had a play on that. Just got over the screen. Now sometimes when you get a high pop-up like that, it looks like it's going into the stands. That ball will tail back because of the backspin. It bites, it'll come right back to you. Didn't quite make it this time.
Hunter Boyd rocks on the rubber, and the pitch is low. We go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brady Wood tonight has drawn a base on ball and punched a single into right field. And the 2-2 pitch. Half swing, and it's hit foul back towards the right side.
That's a breaking ball, and he puts in right on the hands. You watch that drop right there. I think that was self-preservation, that check swing.
And the 2-2 pitch. Beat into the dirt to the right side. Maskill charges this one. His throw is on the money. And that'll do it. Here in the Fort McMurray 6th inning, no runs and a hit. And nobody left on base. And here to the Prospects baseball on ICU video. New pitcher in the ball game, right-hander. Keith Manby out of White Rock, British Columbia. Out of Miles Community College. So a 5-inning shutout here tonight for Ike Buxton. Scattered 2 hits. He walked 4 batters. And he strikes out 3. That's the pitching line for Ike Buxton. 5-inning distance. Shutout baseball, twirled a 2-hitter, struck out 3, walked 4, and committed a balk. And Nolan Walker, the first baseman, will lead it off. And he will whittle down that earned run average that came into the ballgame at 1.63. He'll probably be with an earned run average 1.40 after tonight's work. Nicely done by Ike Buxton.
He kept the prospects off balance all through those innings he pitched, in excellent location.
Manby will make his 4th appearance on the season. Actually, it'll be his 3rd appearance. He's got 1 start under his belt, 2nd relief appearance. 3 1/3 inning distance, 4 hits, hasn't coughed up any runs. 2 walks, 11 strikeouts with a 2-0 record. So 11 strikeouts. He must have some nasty out pitch. There's the 2-1 delivery. He overthrew the fastball. 3 balls and 1 strike. Here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. 2-0 the Giants lead. Infield is back. Outfield is straight away. Manby ready. Here comes the pitch. Ball 4. Bo Gilbo is the hitter.
It's way up on that pitch.
Gilbo tonight has drawn 2 base on balls. Got as far as 3rd in the 2nd inning. He was erased at 2nd base on a ground ball. As Ray Brown, I know what he's telling him. Settle down here. What are you doing? You're just bringing the tying run to the plate. He was a treat to watch when he pitched. He worked quick. He threw strikes. Like he always used to say, I was either going to be good or bad, but I was going to be quick.
Well, either way, you get home faster.
And here comes the pitch. It's down and away, ball 1. Having a guy with Brownie's experience and years in the game is a plus for the Western Canada Baseball League.
It sure is, Al. He can work very well with these young people, and he's got a lot of little tricks up his sleeve.
There's the throw from the catcher, Mestu, that's way high. Good jump by Nolan Walker as he glides into 2nd base.
That ball just got away, and the catcher, 2nd baseman, made a very good play on that. Saved an extra base, like you say.
So it's a 2-ball, no strike count on Bo Gilbo. Represents the tying run here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. 2-0 score. The Giants are in the lead. Keith Manby is overthrowing his fastball. It's rising out of the strike zone. He's just not in a real good groove right now.
He's got a little problem with his mechanics, Al, and he's got to settle down. in there. You know, again, going back to Ray Brown, you get a coach like him that's been around for a long time. He works basically on fundamentals. You see how they ran the suicide squeeze. You saw how they did their other bunts. Very effective, fundamental baseball.
And the 3-0 pitch is a strike on the inside half of the plate. Prospects trying to end a 3-game skid as they were defeated in 3 consecutive games in Regina on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And the 3-1 pitch on the way. That'll put men at first and second base.
Way down low with that pitch.
Jake Geary tonight has popped up and fly to right field.
Now Keith Mamby on this, he is throwing 10 pitches, 8 of them balls.
Going to get a new pitcher up and throwing in the relief pen of the Fort McMurray Giants. There's the pitch, and that ball is right on his screws. That's a gapper into left center field. Score 1 run, might score 2. Geary pulls into scoring position, and here's the throw to the cutoff man. The throw is on the money, but not in time. The shortstop Sanderson threw it on 1 bounce to home plate. 2 runs will come in to score, and a ball that's spanked into the left field power alley. And it's a 2-2 ball game.
Now that pitch was thrown in the inside half of the plate, right in Jake Geary's power, and he popped her right into that left center power alley for a double and 2 RBIs.
And just like that, we're tied at 2 as we go to Davis Pratt. He got the sweet spot of the bat on that pitch. You could tell from the crack of the bat. A double. Here's a bunt. Looks like it's going to be a good one. That'll move the man down to third. A sacrifice. That'll go to 1-3 on the putout. Winning run is, or the go-ahead run is now 90 feet from scoring.
Pretty good bunt by Davis Pratt, a little close to the pitcher, but he could not get turned around. Being a right-hander, he basically had to go to first base. If he tried to go to third, very good chance he would have thrown it away.
Pratt's not slow. He made that a close play. That's a bang play at first base. So no time at bat here for Pratt. The infield is going to play up. And there's maybe the first breaking pitch I've seen thrown by Manby, and he throws it for a strike. Tyler Maskill is the batter. Ball's hit on the ground. They're going to try and choke the runoff at the plate. Pitches inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That was actually a pretty good breaking ball. He just missed on it. He got her to break off pretty well.
Jake Geary sits at third. He pulled the trigger on a 2-run double to tie this one up here in the last of 6. Maskill takes a rip at the pitch. It's 1-2. As the lights are now on at the ballpark. Beautiful night here at Remax Field. Matinee contest tomorrow. Get underway at 2:05.
Another breaking ball on the inside, and Tyler Maskill got out in front of it.
Maskill batting .244 coming into tonight's ball game. And here's the 1-2 delivery, and that's a little flare in the left field. The Prospects are going to take a 1-run lead, 3-2. Tyler Maskill with a nice level swing, just like throwing an axe into a tree. There you'll see it. Gets the ball where it's pitched. That ball will look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. And Javier Ramirez, the batter. Last week on one of our web telecasts, this little guy did something I didn't think he was capable of doing. He had a home run. He belted a ball over the wall in left field, right over the Coca-Cola sign.
And boy, he jacked it, didn't he? Got a lot more power than he looks like.
Runner goes, throws off target. It's there on one bounce. It gets by the second baseman, McGrath. On his way to third is Tyler Maskill. He'll get credit with a stolen base. He'll advance to third on the throwing error. And the potential fourth run for the Prospects at third base. And again, they'll have to shorten the infield up. And the pitch is about where I would pitch somebody with the infield in on an artificial turf. That's middle of the plate in with a little something on it.
That's what you want to do. If you put this ball outside, he'll hit it to the right side of the field and the run will score. So you want to keep it inside.
See if that's deep enough. It's a fly ball to straightaway center. Minarson is there to make the catch, tagging up. Here's Maskill coming in. He'll score and make it a 4-2 ball game.
Not overly deep, but plenty of height and good speed by Maskill coming in.
Ball was cut but not relayed at the mound. Run batted in for Javier Ramirez and no time at bat on the sacrifice fly, and the Prospects are up by 2. And Pierce Blohoyek is the batter. So the Prospects have done some nice fundamental baseball here in this inning.
They have different philosophy, but they've swung the bat well and have made plays.
There's a strike to Blohoyek. 7th batter to the plate here in the last half of the 6th inning. Tanner Roundy in the on-deck circle. And the pitch is inside. Looks like a sinker ball. Go to 1 ball, 1 strike. Back-to-back walks at the start of the inning issued to Nolan Walker and Bo Gilbo. Those are the ones that always come back and bite you in the backside. Mammy delivers. Bottom fell out of that pitch. Go to 1-2. So it'll be a 5-inning no decision tonight for Ike Buxton. Allowed no runs, scattered 2 hits, struck out 3, walked 4, committed 1 balk. Pitched well enough to get a victory, but that's not going to happen tonight.
How many times have we seen that, Al, where a pitcher does very well through 5 or 6, and then the reliever comes in and the wheels fall off?
Yeah. Or you pitch a good ball game and there's errors, or you pitch a good ball game and your team doesn't get you any runs.
Exactly right.
Now, getting a win is not as easy as one might think. Blohoyek is going to draw 90 feet the hard way as he gets hit by a pitch.
That ball just tails right in to Pierce Blohoviak, and
I think that's going to do it here for Keith Manby. This is the 2nd trip out as Ray Brown makes his way out to the mound. They had a fresh arm limbering up in the bullpen, and they're going to go to the bullpen. And we'll take a timeout. The Prospects will send a minimum of 8 batters to the plate. They've scored 4 runs. They lead by a 4-2 score. And this is Prospects baseball on ICU video. There you look at the new pitcher in the ball game. That is Stanley Vargas out of Mattapan, Maryland. Attends New England College. Stanley Vargas. He'll make his 5th appearance this season. His 4th in relief, 9 in the 3rd innings, 9 hits. Given up 11 runs, 6 earned runs. Walked 6, struck out 14 batters, and a 5.78 earned run average for Stanley Vargas. Tanner Roundy will be the batter up on a 0-for-3 night. Incomplete totals for Keith Manby. And he just flat out left his good stuff at the hotel tonight, 2/3 of an inning. 2 hits, run totals yet to be determined, and 1 hit batsman. 4-2 ball game here at the bottom half of the 6th inning. Stanley Vargas into pitch. Of those 4 runs at the present time, 3 are earned, 1 is unearned. However, a base hit will make it earned.
An interesting thing here, Pierce Blundell at first, Tanner Roundy at the plate, 2 of the fastest players on this prospect team.
Stanley Vargas cranks it up. Runner goes. Here's the throw. It tails off to the right-hand side of second base. And Pierce Blundell pulls it a scoring position. See the ball tailed away from the target. Ball 1 count on Roundy. Front foot open, about midway in the batter's box. He can roll the infield fully back. The outfield is straight away. And the pitch is a breaking ball strike. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Mattapan, Maryland, the hometown of Stanley Vargas. Attends New England College. And the 1-1 delivery is a high fastball. You made the Jiffy Lube today for a Pennzoil full synthetic oil change. No appointment needed. Warranty approved. Air Mile rewards and a $100 travel credit. Details at jiffylubeservice.ca. Here's the kick and the 2-1 delivery. It's low. There's the throw back to second base. Blundell hadn't even left the cutout at the bag, so he's easily back.
Interesting thing about this is that ball was almost thrown away. That scoots a little bit, and Blundell would have gotten to third base.
And the 3-1 delivery. They get fouled to the backstop. We have a full count with 2 away.
With Blundell's speed, any hit here should score a run. 3-2 pitch, 2 out. He's going to be flying on this.
He's widened a pretty good leadoff, and the pitch is down and in, ball 4. And the prospects will bat around here in the last of the 6th inning. Good starting tonight by the Giants. Ike Buxton a 5-inning stint. The bullpen has struggled.
And now we have Travis Hunt up, who again, he's got as much power as anybody on this team. 2 speed guys on the base paths in front of him.
Hunt tonight has drawn a base on ball. He's flied out and he's popped up. In the batter's box with his bat held high, and he takes a strike, 0-1.
Travis from Benedictine University. Major in health sciences.
He's going to break for third. It's a steal. It's a double steal, uncontested. The catcher, Maystu, had his arm cocked, but now their middle infielder went to the bag, so he held onto the ball. And that is a double steal. Kind of a ball and a strike on Travis Hunt. 2 runners in scoring position, fully back on the infield. Outfield is straight away. Vargas at the belt, the kick, and the 1-1 pitch. That ball is belted out in left field. The only question is, does it stay fair? And no, it doesn't. The hanging changeup. Clobbered it good, but he hit it crooked.
It's over the inside of the plate. He just got out in front of it a little too much.
First of 4 games these 2 clubs are going to hook up with in the next 5 days. Day game tomorrow, Monday off for travel, Tuesday and Wednesday, Shell Place Stadium in Fort McMurray. Pitch is low, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good control by Travis Hunt at this at bat.
He's had a good year. He comes into play tonight batting .400. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Threw him a strike, so he had to take a cut at it, and he rips it foul up the right side. Tomorrow we got Brooks at Okotoks. Swift Current is in Regina. Lethbridge at Yorkton. Melville at Weyburn. Moose Jaw at Medicine Hat.
You know how the crowd noise picking up. There's a number of young Boy Scouts here tonight, and they're having a lot of fun.
And the pitch. That should do it here in the inning. The ball is popped up. Short right field. Here's McGrath. And he's camped under it, puts it away. But a productive inning nonetheless here for the Prospects, as they score 4 runs. By my count, 3 of them are earned runs. Do it on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. But the Prospects take a lead of 2 as we head now to Tyler Yaremchuk.
Hey guys, we've mentioned it a few times today on the broadcast, but Ray Brown, the current manager of the Fort McMurray Giants, before this year spent 5 seasons as the manager of the Prospects. Behind the scenes, he was instrumental in building the program into the success that it is today. On the field, he coached a grand total of 234 games as the Prospects manager. In that time, though, they only had a winning percentage of .457, which is interesting. And one of the things I like about Ray Brown is his ability to get his teams to elevate their level of play in the playoffs. They only finished better than 4th in the regular season once. They finished 3rd, which means they never had home field advantage in a playoff series. Despite that, they managed to win a total of 5 series during Brown's tenure with the club. And in those 39 games in the playoffs that he did manage, they had a winning percentage of over .500, winning 20 of them, a couple of great runs to the finals. But I had a brief conversation with him before the game, and I turned to him and I said, "Coach, good luck in the game." And he gave me a bit of a, not quite a lecture, but he said, "Never say good game because that implies you want me to win. Instead, just say, 'Coach, have a good game.'" And it was really quite a funny exchange. And even just from one conversation, you can tell he's a great motivator, and you could tell why players loved playing for Ray Brown when he was the manager of the Edmonton Prospects. And I honestly think that's why his teams were able to have so much success in the playoffs, is because he was such a strong motivator. But the success you're seeing the Prospects have this season, off the field, on the field, all of it, a lot of it should be attributed to Ray Brown. Back up to you guys.
Joseph Mestu, the catcher, will lead things off. He's 0 for 1 today. He dropped down a sacrifice bunt. Hunter Boyd is ready. The pitch is a curveball, swing and a miss. I'll tell you what, all the good managers we had here through our AAA years and what have you, when the umpires said play ball, none of them knew the game any better than Ray Brown. A little different, the professional game. You approach it. If you don't have meetings after every game, you almost never have them, unless it's in the hotel bar. But
no, that's
when the umpire said play ball, Brownie knew the game. Hunter Boyd delivers. It was an overhand fastball, fouled away, strike 2 to the batter. He had a nice long break in the dugout, so he's certainly not winded. Went the distance his last time out. 8 2/3 innings. He threw a 4-hit gem before he got a couple of balls up, and it cost him 1 earned run. There's the 1-2 pitch. Low and outside.
I started this off with 2 strikes, both breaking balls, and threw the fastball, and a breaking ball again.
Wind up with the 2-2 delivery. Pitch is fouled in and out of the glove of the catcher, Bo Gilbo. Very seldom is a catcher able to squeeze the ball when it's foul tipped like that, even if it was in your glove.
It
Ball
comes
picks
so
up
fast.
a little speed.
It's so quick.
And the pitch. He's mixed those curveballs and fastballs in like a tossed salad here tonight. Hard early, soft late, soft early, hard late. When he's come hard late, he's pitched it right up towards the kitchen, right in the wheelhouse. And if you're looking down, you just won't catch up to the high hard one. Here's the 2-2. Throws it low.
So one thing we've noticed with Hunter Boyd in his last few outings is how good he is with location. And right now he's got full count. Probably going to come in with his best pitch. Probably the curve. Could be the two-seam fastball.
And he throws the breaking pitch and he misses inside for ball 4. Well, it was low and inside. Cam Sanderson, the shortstop, the batter. Getting out of the 9 spot tonight. Got an infield hit and a run batted in today. 1 for 2 tonight.
Got Jordan Blundell coming out. Have a little talk with Hunter. Do have relievers warming up.
Giants tonight with a run in the 3rd inning, a 2-out infield hit to Eric Meyer. And then Richard Ortiz, the big DH, pulled the trigger on a ball. He belted it into left field down the line. Got a run batted in on a 2-base hit. Gunnar Rainey reached base on a fielding error and came around to score on an infield hit by this batter, Cam Sanderson. Prospects will dispatch a fresh arm to the bullpen as they've got a right-hander loosening up in the pen.
Hunter Boyd to this point has thrown 84 pitches. So he's right on track where he wants to be. But Jordan Blundell seeing something in that last at bat. And get relievers going.
Infield was shortened up and played to a double play death. Pitch is in the dirt. And Gilbo didn't let it get by him. Runner holds, 1 ball, no strikes. If you go to spring training, you'll actually see catchers working on that. You'll purposely throw pitches that aren't strikes, and you're forced to do that.
They spend a
On
lot
a
of
hot
time
afternoon, I'm not sure that's a lot of fun.
It is how you learn, though, Al, and they have to practice it a lot. It's quite a skill to learn how to block the ball and totally protect it. Keep your glove down, step out, get your body behind the ball. So if it kicks back, you're in plenty good position to do it.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Strike right down Broadway. 1-2.
Early in the game in this situation, man on first, nobody out. The Giants hit into a double play. It was a 6-3 double play.
Brady McGrath, the second baseman from the on-deck circle, watches on. Ground ball right side. Here's the throw on to second base. Ramirez takes the toss from Maskill. Not sure he was going to throw to first, but he gets the lead runner, and that's what you're supposed to do. What made the play possible, it was hard hit.
It was hard hit, big handles on it, and get that lead runner, which they did. It's a good play by Maskill.
Brady McGrath is the batter. He tonight has twice flied to right field and once bounced out to the shortstop.
That is the first throw from Hunter Boyd tonight on a pickoff attempt that was high, like above the belt. Everything's been down below the knees.
9 ground ball outs have been initiated by this young man from Moses Lake, Washington. Here's the pitch. Runner was going, and it's fouled at third. Strike 1 to the batter. He tried to pull an outside pitch. When you give up ground balls, sometimes they're going to get through the hole. That's just the game. But ground balls, more times than not, are going to be in the pitcher's favor, not to his detriment.
Usually you can get a lot of double plays with ground balls. That was his good pickoff throw. Right down low. He's going to hold his runner close.
I think about it, the double play combination that comes to my mind most of all, because they played so long together, was Lou Whitaker and Alan Trammell. Sweet Lou. For the Detroit Tigers. That was your double play combination on the World Series club. Bouncing ball to Ramirez on a Maskill and off the bag, and there's your double play ground ball. Nicely turned here by the prospects in the top of the seventh inning. That's tailor-made for two.
It is, and that again is Hunter Boyd keeping the ball low. Well executed by Ramirez and Maskill and Walker.
Smoke rings across in the top half of the seventh inning. 4-2 Prospects lead. This is Prospects Baseball on ICU Video. Bottom half of the seventh inning. Nolan Walker to lead things off for the Edmonton side tonight. Had a pretty good at-bat in the sixth inning. In fact, it wasn't even an at-bat. It was a plate appearance. He drew a base on ball. Stole second and came around to score. In that big sixth inning for the Prospects tonight. Scored 4 runs, 3 earned runs, and have taken the lead of 2 runs. Fastball on the fists, looped on into the seats. Strike one to the batter, Nolan Walker. Coming into play, hitting .269. From Meridian, Idaho. Attends the College of South Idaho. I had a chance meeting one time in the Salt Lake Airport. Was probably the best player ever to come out of Idaho. The man they call the Killer, Harmon Killebrew. He is a big man.
Big man with tremendous power. He
nice man too, just a really good guy. Off the head of the bat, bouncing ball to the left side. Meyer fields it, trips, comes up, throws on a bounce to the plate, and that'll be an infield single.
It's good hustle by Nolan Walker. Tough play. Rolls, tries to get it over.
He'll advance to second. There'll have to be an error on that play to move the runner over. Can't have an infield double, so that'll be a hit. And an error on the throw. And Bo Gilbo will be the batter. I remember just as plain as day, we were waiting on a connection. I went up to him. I said, "Excuse me, are you Harmon Killebrew?" And I introduced myself. He said, "How the heck did you know that?" I said, "Well, trust me, I knew."
He was pretty easy to pick out, wasn't he?
Part of that, I forget what year it was the Twins won the World Series. It was in the mid-'60s. He played at first. Rod Carew was at second. Zolio Verzai was the shortstop. Rich Rollins was at third. And the pitch is a strike at the outside corner. They had a big right-hander won the Cy Young that year. Dean Chance was the guy's name. Former Angel. And big Jim Cott, a left-hander, pitched forever.
Yeah.
Bob Allison was on that club. That was a nice team. The Minnesota Twins. 0-1 to Bo Gilboa. Runner in scoring position on the hit and the error. Ground ball to the right side would be right in line with what he'd like to do. Move your man over. Maybe ball gets through. And outside, 1 ball and 1 strike.
I believe they will try to pitch him outside to keep the ball on the left side of the field so they can stop the runner moving to third and make the throw to first. That's the theory.
Giants with a new arm heating up in the bullpen. The pitch is a breaking ball at the knee.
And inside. Inside corner, good pitch.
3 pitchers here tonight for the Giants. This is the third of 3. Stanley Vargas. Tall right-handed pitcher. And here's the 1-2 delivery. High and outside. Speaking of the Minnesota Twins, they are just running away with the Central Division of the American League. 45 wins, 22 losses, 10.5 game lead on the mighty Warriors of the Cuyahoga, the Cleveland Indians. He took a big rip at the pitch, took a cut right from the heels, but the breaking ball gets him, and there's one away.
It's a very good pitch. Got a little dip on it.
And Jake Gary will be the batter. He stroked the decisive hit so far in the ball game tonight. Belted a 2-base hit into the left field power alley. Plated 2 runs. He came around to score. That's what good hitters do. Get you hits when you need them.
Jake, one of these young players from Yale University. And not the Scandinavian Yale.
Yeah. They get tied up with an inside foul. That's a pretty good joke, huh?
That's a very good
I heard
one.
that one many long years ago.
Probably from a Scandinavian. From Minnesota.
It happened to be at Yale.
We were talking about blocking earlier. Jake Gary is a catcher, blocks as well as any young catcher I've ever seen.
There's a big break for third base. Ball's foul to the backstop. Just not quite where he wanted. He tied him up. Pitch was below the label.
It's a good pitch in on the hands.
Stretch by Stanley Vargas. He's working slow and deliberate. Throws a breaking ball. It's fouled straight back.
Gary's lining this up. He's getting good plate action. He's getting his hips through. And if he ties one, he's going to score the run. Now Vargas has been wild some outside and low. If he tries to squeeze the corner or something on the outside here, if it gets away, it could cause trouble for his own team.
And the 2-strike pitch. Fastball inside.
That was a Sal Magley pitch. The old barber. You ever watch him pitch, Al?
I'm not that old, no.
With the Giants? Boy, I'll tell you, if you got a hit on the next one, it was right on your chin. That's why they called him the barber.
Ready to go. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Half swing. You're going to appeal, and where the umpire is situated, that being John Oko, he really has no clue of whether that bat came out around the plane of the plate. Looked to me like it didn't, so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He fooled Jake pretty good on that pitch.
And the 2-2 is a high fastball. Got a burly right-hander heating up in the bullpen of the Fort McMurray Giants. Got an arm like a buggy with this guy. Stanley Vargas.
I did not go around on that. I showed the replay. Was close.
And the pitch. Popped up foul and out of play. As you can see by our camera, just a beautiful night here in the North Saskatchewan River Valley. With the valley's summer coat of green.
It's a pretty good at bat for Jake Gary. He's fouling a lot off. Work 3-ball count.
And in scoring position and 1 away. In bottom half of the 7th inning. The pitch popped him up. It's on the infield in the direction of the mound. Stanley Vargas is going to call for it. Makes the catch. Just about lost his footing. That's the last guy you want fielding a pop-up. You want one of the infielders to try to get it, but it was hit more towards his direction. Didn't make it look easy, but he made the catch.
He did, and Jake Gary is going to be upset with himself on that pitch.
That'll bring us along to Davis Pratt. We may have a pitching change coming up here. Pratt tonight with a base hit, a sacrifice bunt, and he reached base on a fielder's choice.
And I'm wondering whether Ray Brown will walk Pratt. 2 out, wouldn't think so, but he has been a clutch hitter for the Prospects this year. When they have runners on base, he seems to come through, get some good, tough hits. Gonna pitch to him.
Here's the kick and the first pitch on the batter up, Davis Pratt, and the pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. One for 2 tonight. Bends his knees, front foot out towards the bucket. He'll close his batting stance off with the pitch on the way. And a pickoff throw to second base to shortstop Sanderson in back of the runner.
If that ball had been thrown low, Al, they had a good chance to get Nolan Walker. He was a little slow breaking back to second base.
And you got a strike to even the count up at 1-1.
That's interesting. It seems like this strike zone is a little bit extended on the outside corner low. This umpire's called that a strike all night. There'll be no complaints from either team on that. They know what the strike zone is.
And the 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball to the first baseman Hess. Makes an easy play, and he gets the unassisted put out, and that'll do it. In the last of the 7th inning, no runs on a hit, no errors. And 1 man left on base. Full 7 innings have been completed. Good one here tonight. 4-2 Prospects lead. As you watch our ball game tonight on ICU video. Out of the 8th inning, Tanner Hess, the leadoff batter. Here against Hunter Boyd. 7 innings in his back pocket tonight.
And he's thrown 88 pitches up to this point.
Giving up 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 1 unearned. Throws the breaking ball. It's in and over. Strike 1. And the pitch. Low and away. You see how that middle infield is drawn fully back out there? That's where the outfield used to play me. And the 1-1 pitch. It's a comebacker. Boyd's got it. His throw is right on target, and there's 1 away.
Again, breaking ball down, gets the ground ball.
Another thing he does well, he's a good fielding pitcher.
Well, he comes off square. Now he's leaning a little bit to the side that he's pitching. His right hand, he goes a little bit to his left, but not much. He's pretty square. Some of these pitchers almost fall off the mound, and they have a tough time fielding.
This is a pitch, and it's a strike to the outside corner here to Eric Meyer.
Another one of those good curveballs he's been throwing tonight.
And the ball's belted up the middle. A little par 3 will fall in for a single. Eric Meyer shortens up his swing. Gets awarded with a base hit.
There's a fastball on the inside of the plate. Good bat control, good base hit.
Now Richard Ortiz, this is the guy you want up here in this situation. With the Good year he's having, hitting .333. He's got a run scoring double here tonight on a 1-for-3 night. Double play depth in the infield. The ball is belted to the screen. Strike one.
Hunter changed speeds a little on that pitch and got the foul.
Trying to think of the name of that one-handed pitcher was drafted back in the 80s by the Angels. A left-hander.
I remember exactly who you're talking about.
Out of the University of Michigan. Jim was his first name. We were supposed to get him that year. Bouncing ball to Ramirez in the shortstop's hole. On to second for one. Maskill makes the turn. The throw not in time to get the double play.
This is a very good play. The ball hit hard. Ramirez has to go to his left. Gets the ball to Maskill. And just not quite in time. It was a very good play, though.
Menarson is the batter up.
Just got a call from our director, says Jim Abbott. That's
Jimmy
who
Abbott.
It was.
Abby was supposed to
right.
break camp with us, but he had such a good spring training. The Angels took him. You know what? He was out of the University of Michigan. He might have been the first pick overall. He was in the first round, but a one-handed pitcher. He had a stump on his right hand. He was a left-handed thrower. As quick as he delivered the ball, he'd stick his right hand into his glove, and he'd field the ball. If he caught the ball, he'd throw the ball in the air, drop the glove, pick it up, and throw to a base. You might think, well, he'd be susceptible to bunts. You did that to Abby, you would get one under your chin. That's how we defended on bunts. You want to get on base, I'll put you on. He had a few good years. Jim Abbott.
I remember he was a tremendous college pitcher.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. There he turned the ball over. Pitch is in the dirt. Ball two, strike one. He finished out his career. We saw him here in the old ballpark on a Sunday afternoon. He just had nothing left. It was sad to watch it. And here's the 2-1 pitch. Low by Hunter Boyd. Ball three, strike one. Two away, man at first. 4-2 prospects are in the top half of the eighth inning. First end of a quick homestand. Matinee contest tomorrow on Father's Day, and it's back out on the road. Strike to the outside block. Count runs full. Ortiz will not be held on at first base. He'll be on the pedway and off and running with the pitch. I'm surprised that Walker's holding him on. Normally the first baseman would play behind the runner. There goes the runner, and the ball is on the fists and fouled off on the third base side.
That was a two-seam fastball. He put it on the hands. A very good pitch. And I believe that if he doesn't swing at that, Al, that would have been strike three.
Now that first baseman will roll in behind the runner. Ball is fouled away. Over towards the dugout on the first base side. That's out of play. There was a guy back in the 40s, Chattanooga Lookouts he played for in the Southern League. And he won the league batting title, and he was one-handed. Pete Gray was the guy's name. In fact, there was a movie about him. And here comes the pitch. The ball is nailed out into left field. That's a catchable fly ball. Peace Bohoyak drifts back, makes the running grab. And that'll do it. Here in the top half of the eighth inning. Tyler, it's all yours. So there you have it. We'll go to the bottom half of the eighth inning. Prospects up by a pair. This is Prospects Baseball on ICU Video. Fourth pitcher on the night for the Fort McMurray Giants is Tyler Holder, Fort McMurray ball player out of Thompson Rivers University. Tyler Holder.
a big man, and he comes in with 2 fastballs for strikes.
Oh, hit off the high end of the bat, and it's a lazy pop fly into right field. Gunnar Rainey there to make the catch, 1 away. And Javier Ramirez will be the batter.
Got over the outside of the plate. He got under the ball too much, right to the right field.
Shortstop, number 11, Javier Ramirez.
Stanley Vargas tonight works 1 1/3 inning distance, no runs, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 base on ball. Tyler Holder, big burly right-handed pitcher up on the bump, kicks that left leg up and delivers. And the pitch to the plate's a little bit low, ball 1. Holder makes his 5th appearance on the season. He's got 2 starts. This will be his 3rd relief appearance. 8 innings of pitching, 17 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and an earned run average up a little higher, and he'd like it 13.50. Javier tonight is 1 for 1. Dropped down a sacrifice bunt, knocked in a run with a fly ball to center. Set it a 2-ball, 1 strike count.
Good fastball on the outside corner.
And the pitch, it's a bunt attempt, and he's going to bunt it foul into the seats. Here's Blow Hoyak in the on-deck circle. Not textbook. He didn't deaden the ball enough. What you want to do is you want to bunt the ball off the high end of the bat. You get the deader wood that way.
High end of the bat, you want to kick it back into your fingers a little bit, and you got to be on top of the ball. Can't be underneath.
Javier down on strikes. And Pierce Blow Hoyak the batter.
Left field, number 6, Pierce Blow-Hoyak.
Pierce was hit by a pitch on his last at bat.
Lined out tonight, he struck out, dropped down a sacrifice bunt, and been hit by a pitch. It was a 58-foot fastball, ball 1. Holder ready to go. The pitch is belted out in the right field for a base hit. 2-out single by Pierce Blahoyak.
Out over the plate, he hit it right where it was pitched. Good back control.
That'll bring Tanner Roundy to the plate.
Now the prospects have their closer, Trevor Berg, warming up in the bullpen. I expect he'll be coming out in the bottom of the 9th. Or pardon me, the top of the 9th.
There's a wild pitch, put the man in scoring position. Another 58-foot fastball.
Boy, that looked like a cricket pitch, didn't it, Al?
I think his release point was just a little bit late. You release it too early, you'll throw it high. You release it too low, you'll do just what he did right there. The play midway on the corners, fully back on the middle infield. The outfield is straight away. Blahoyak had a ticket to third base, but the ball is foul. Prospects try to end a 3-game skid. Regina Red Sox, sounds like they got a pretty good ball club, ran the table. On the Prospects, best one-loss record in the league belongs to the Weyburn Beavers, 12-2. They have won 11 straight contests. They are smoking red hot. He turned the ball over, missed outside. We got a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 3. And the 3-1 delivery. Runner goes, there's the throw. Ball 4 at the plate. You got men on the corners.
It was a good jump by Pierce Blahoviak. He really was flying on that, and he's just the fastest runner on this prospects team.
Travis Hunt, the batter. Runners at first and third with 2 away.
Travis has not had the game he would like to have. He'd love to get a hit here.
Breaking ball, a swing and a miss. Strike 1 to the batter. We sit at the 2-hour and 40-minute mark here in the home half of the 8th inning. 400 batter, Travis Hunt. First and third base, 2 away. They draw that infield just in a fully back. Runner on his way to second base. Matsu came out of the crouch with his arm cocked, didn't tether a throw. An uncontested steal of second base. He is slow out of the set position. And the 1-1 delivery, low and outside. Ike Buxton, the starter tonight, did a nice job out of the starting blocks, 5 scoreless innings. Keith Manby, 2/3 of an inning, allowed 4 runs, 3 earned. The lead does not change hands. He'll get hung with a loss tonight as the ball popped up foul and out of play. Stanley Vargas, 1 1/3 innings, zeros over with a hit, a strikeout, a base on ball. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and 2 on base. Hopefully, we can say 2 runs in. And a fastball is upstairs. With first base not occupied, the runners won't be going with the pitch. If it was occupied, they would be. Threw him a strike and he fouled it back.
Travis Hunt's just got to keep swinging that bat, getting fouls. If he gets the walk, that's fine. But he seems to be struggling a bit. Doesn't have his real good stroke tonight.
All right, here comes the 3-2 delivery. Bouncing ball to third base. And that ate Meyer right up. I mean, that's a hard ball chopped over his shoulder for a double and 2 runs in to score. That ball ate him up.
That was a shot, Al. Here it is on the replay. And you look at that right. That's one of those bad bounces. You're down ready for it. Come right up over the shoulder like you said.
That's a 2-run double. Lucky he didn't get that one right in the teeth.
He sure is.
Looks like it had lots of spin on it. Ball was kissed. It was hard hit. So there, Travis Hunt shows why he's a 400 batter. Got one in his sights. Bell to the double, and 2 RBIs, 2 ribeye steaks. So it was a lead of 4, make it a 6-2 ball game.
You know, it's interesting when you look at it. Both teams have 7 hits. Both teams have 2 errors.
Tomorrow afternoon, our telecast get underway about 10 minutes to 2 o'clock. 2:05 opening pitch on Father's Day at Remax Field. Walker tonight is 1 for 3 with a stolen base and a run scored. And here's the strike 1 delivery. Ball's hit in the air off the hands, and that should do it. It's a lazy pop fly into left field. Gunnar Rainey camped under that, brings it in to retire the side, but we get 2 insurance runs crossing the plate in the bottom half of the 8th inning on that lazy fly ball as we head now to Taylor Yaremchuk.
Thanks, Al. Down here at the dugout tomorrow afternoon, the Prospects will be right back here at Remax Field taking on the Fort McMurray Giants. The starting pitcher for that game will be Taryn Olton, who joins me now live by the dugout. Taryn, last time you were out, you went the full distance, 9 innings, complete game. How did it feel to get that first kind of real long start out of the way, and how excited are you to build on it?
It felt good. It made me feel like my team had confidence in me to let me go those 9 innings, having a high pitch count. So now they know I can go that deep, so I can do it again.
You spent 4 years with the Prospects. For you, do you kind of feel like you have a bit of that veteran leadership role in the rotation?
I'm definitely a guy that people look to when they don't know what they're doing. You know, I'm not a really vocal guy, but I do the right things, so I just show by attitude and effort what we're supposed to do here while we're playing for the Prospects.
Having a strong year here, like I said, it's your 4th year in the league. Not that it ever gets easier to be, but you feel like that experience is really starting to help you?
Absolutely. It allows you to be a lot more comfortable on the mound, so you can go out there and with that confidence, you feel like you've been here for so long, so it's like being in the major leagues for so long. You go out there and you just feel like you've been there every day.
Thanks, Darren.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Well, nice work for Hunter Boyd, his pitching line tonight. 8 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, scattered 8 hits, struck out 5, walks 2 batters, and brings things along for the closer tonight. Out of Henderson, Nevada, College of South Nevada, Trevor Berg. How many pitches for Hunter Boyd?
102.
How many strikes?
I'll get that for you in a second.
Again, that's an 8 inning distance tonight. 2 runs, 1 earned. Scattered 8 hits, and he really did scatter them. Struck out 5 with that good breaking ball. Pitched ahead in the count all night. He only walked 2 batters. Back to back, really good starts for Hunter Boyd.
And 72 strikes out of 102 pitches.
Gunnar Rainey will be the leadoff batter. Berg makes his 6th relief appearance, 7 innings of pitching, 9 hits, 5 earned runs, walked a batter, struck out 5, a 6.42 earned run average. The 4-run lead and 3 outs to get. This is not a save situation. And here's the pitch. Strike right down the middle of the plate. 0-1 from Trevor Berg. Breaking pitch is blown away. We're at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Trevor is really what you want in a closer. He really goes after the hitters, and he's different from Hunter Boyd. His fastball has a little bit different speed. And when you look at it, you know, that's what you want. You want somebody who's different from your starter. It's hard to get him timed up. He'll throw that sidearm slider, and that didn't do real well for him on that one.
Also due up in the inning, Brady Wood, the right fielder, Joseph Metsu, the catcher. 6, 7, and 8 batters in the Giant order. And the pitch, fouled away up the right side, down the line and out of play.
Very good breaking ball by Trevor Berg on that pitch.
The infield tonight of Pratt at third, Walker at first, Ramirez the shortstop, Maskill at second base. Gilbo is behind the plate, Blahoyek, Roundy, and Hunt left to right in the Edmonton outfield. The Giants with a run in the third on a 2-out infield hit by Eric Meyer. Richard Ortiz scored him on a double, belted down the left field line. And they played it an unearned run on a sacrifice bunt, a suicide squeeze bunt. Bouncing ball to the left side of the diamond. Pratt knocks the ball down, picks it up, throws it wide of the target, and you got a runner aboard. See how close a play that was at the bag. Certainly was a catchable enough ball as Pratt ranged to his left, sidearms over, and the throw is off target. You're going to score that ahead, I'd call it an error, but Gunnar Rainey is aboard.
In that situation, if you look at Davis Pratt on that play, he actually hitched before he threw the ball. Usually if you just get in and you throw the ball, you're usually better off with it. But it almost look, when you hitch, it's like you're starting to aim the ball.
Now we're going to have a discussion among the umpires. Jordan Blundell, I think he indicated that the tag was made on the leg. I don't know if we can see that again.
Here it's coming. You're going to get a replay here. You're going to run it through for us. Here it comes. Now here, watch this hitch.
No, I don't think he tagged him.
He missed him.
Missed him on the tag. Brady Wood is the batter, man at first, and we are just underway here in the top half of the ninth inning. Pitch inside, evens the count up with a ball and a strike. Travis Hunt cashed in a couple of runs with a double. That ball was absolutely smashed at third base. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and that's upstairs, ball 2. And the pitch, bouncing ball to Ramirez from his knees onto McGrath at second and to first for the double play. Ramirez to Maskill to Walker.
A good pitch down low. Hit directly to Ramirez. Good double play.
And Joseph Mestu will be the batter. Here's the pitch on the way. That's down and in. 1 ball and no strikes to the batter. Mestu has got himself tonight. He reached base on an error, dropped down a sacrifice bunt, and he drew a base on ball and was erased on the front end of a ground ball double play.
Good breaking ball for strike and a very good pitch for Trevor Berg.
Now the 1-1 delivery. And that ball hit foul at first base. It's an inside pitch to Joseph Mestu, the catcher.
Berg has an interesting variety of pitches. He throws from sidearm. He'll throw 3/4. Excellent
Breaking
curveball
pitch is
for a
going to do
strike.
it here tonight. A strikeout here for Trevor Berg, his first of the night. The Prospects end a 3-game string of futility. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Final totals in the ball game tonight. Hunter Boyd goes an 8-inning distance, allows 2 runs, 1 earned, 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, improves his record to 2-0. Well, the Giants, 2 runs, the 1 of them earned, 9 hits, 2 errors, 6 left on base, 6 runs on a 7-hit attack, 2 errors, and 10 left on base for the Prospects. Losing pitcher tonight is the first man out of the bullpen this evening, Keith Manby. He finds his record now at 0-1, 2/3 of an inning, 4 runs, 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 2 hits, 2 base on balls, and 1 hit batsman as the Prospect end their 3-game skid with that victory here tonight. And with that win, the Prospects are 2 games up on 500, 9-7. They could potentially pick up a game in the standings. We don't know the Okotoks' final score tonight. The Fort McMurray Giants, we will see their record fall to 5 victories and 9 losses. A lot of things went right in that ball game for the Prospects tonight, and Tyler Remchuk will tell us more.
Guys, down here with Hunter Boyd, 8 innings pitched, 5 Ks, only 1 earned run. How does it feel to deliver such a good performance when your team kind of needed it?
It feels great. My teammates really had my back till later in the inning, but I knew they'd get some runs behind me, and that made it easy for me to throw.
It was a tough road trip for you guys. You get swept by Regina. Coming back home, though, lively crowd. How much will this win kind of just boost the morale of the team?
That clubhouse is going to go crazy here in about 10 minutes, so I think we're back on our winning streak and start one here.
For you, your rookie season here with the Prospects, and it's been a great start. How has it felt to just kind of have such a smooth transition into the league?
It's been great. Playing with good defense and guys that can hit the ball makes it easy to pitch for you, and I'm having nothing but fun up here in Edmonton.
Thanks, Hunter.
Yep, thank you.
Back up to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Tyler. Again, this one will go into the books as a 6-2 victory for the Edmonton Prospects. A couple of at-bats that really come to my mind tonight. The double pulled into left field by Jake Gary, cashed in 2 runs, and a double into the down the left field line by Travis Hunt. Just about took Meyer's head off, but he hit it hard for a bad hop double, and the Prospects end a 3-game skid.
That's exactly right. That hit by Travis Hunt, when we talked about it earlier, is very fortunate the third baseman was able to get his head out of the way. He could have been seriously hurt.
And the young man you just heard from Moses Lake, Washington. Again, his pitching line tonight. Back-to-back victories for Big Hunter Boyd. 8-inning distance, 2 runs, 1 earned. Scattered 8 hits, strikes out 5 batters on the night. Our telecast crew here tonight, our cameraman Dave Foley, switcher and replays by Alex Testowich. Kyle Matz with the graphics, Rob Zitlau, the executive producer, and the director. Excellent job tonight by those aforementioned gentlemen. Thank you, John. We'll be on the air tomorrow afternoon, just about 10 minutes at 2 o'clock for the Father's Day matinee game. Here again tonight, the Prospects win it 6-2. You have a very pleasant Saturday night, and so long from Remax Field.